welcome back to CozyAnimeCookie, aka your girl, Lisha. And we are going to be diving into this wonderful game here called Sips and Sonnets. Now, I really wanted to start playing games that have a lot to do with like teas and just, you know, doing the dainty girly thing and being all Regency. This is not a Regency game, but it does have to deal with teas. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Oh, this is so cute. I love this. What is this, watercolor? Oh, I love games like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our game here. Okay, you can mainly control this game with left click. See controls for more. Oh, maybe I should have looked at the controls, but that's okay. Running away.
Under boughs and gold canaries, branches reaching for their kin, wishfully I sigh and tarry, waiting for your merry grin. Colours jive across the sky as heavens shake their golden plumes at candy clouds and passers-by. The only missing thing is you.
Ooh, this is already giving me like Bridgerton vibes just by the lady doing her narration.
This is the start of a poem I wrote when I was still a young girl. I remember it vividly. I was waiting for my friend Esme in the park after school. It was a Friday. My family had just relocated here in Midsmouth. She was the first friend I made at that school earlier the same week. Making friends makes a new place feel like home a whole lot faster. Esme invited me to the park. I got there first, so I sat by a tree and waited. Oh, how I waited. So much time had passed, I thought she was never going to show up. I almost missed the last bus home later that evening. But just when I thought about dusting off my skirt and leaving, Esme came running up the park hill with that big toothy smile of hers. It turned out she was busy preparing a picnic basket, one rife with goodies, and a thermos of piping hot Earl Grey. That was the best day of my life. That tree became our tree. That park, our park. But what really made that day special was when I showed the poem to Esme. She cried until her cheeks glistened. I feared I made her feel guilty about being late, but she said they were tears of joy. Despite all the poem's flaws, Esme practically begged me to write more. So I did. That memory shaped who I was to become. We stayed friends after school, but eventually she had to move. You know how life is. It likes to whisk your dearest friends to the most remote of places. But what luck! Esme is visiting again. Oh, we haven't seen each other in an age. I would love nothing more than to swing the door to my tea shop wide open when she arrives. Oh, we will reminisce for hours, I'm sure. Ah, another lovely day.
Oh, I love this already. Look how cute the shop is. And I love the tea set in the background here. She has all sorts of teapots and teas.
Ah!
Oh.
I will choke that little bogey.
Goodness. Well, that is quite the entrance.
Sorry, miss. Can I stay here for a bit?
Of course. Would you like me to brew you some tea while you wait? Tea works wonders for passing the time.
No, sorry. I'm not a tea kind of girl.
Yeah, so what's wrong?
Say, would you care to talk about what's troubling you?
Nothing's troubling me.
The young woman seemed hesitant to speak freely. Whatever she is going through feels personal, or even embarrassing.
Right. In any case, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like.
Thank you, miss.
Have I not seen you before?
Maybe you have. I run around the neighborhood every morning. My name's Cassie. Cassie Bones. I pass by this street a lot, but I haven't been in here before.
Nice to meet you. I'm Meadows, or Matilda if you like. And I get it. Not a tea kind of girl. You'll hear no judgment from me. I wasn't always into tea either. My schoolmate at the time, Esme, poured me some. I remember it was quite chilly. One cup was just the thing I needed. I've been on the stuff ever since.
And now you run this place. After all that time, huh? That's some serious commitment.
All the time? Yeah, friends can influence us. You have a friend you cherish? And that's true. Friends can influence us. Like my best friend in the world, I don't even want to consider her best friend. She's like another sister to me. Yeah, she's just the best person in the world to me.
Friends can have that effect on us. We are shaped by the experiences we have with other people. I can't imagine I'd be here talking to you if it weren't for her.
I think so too. What I call me is just the result of all the friendships I've had. Someone famous said that, I think.
David Hume. And you were close. He thought we are the sum of our experiences. Immanuel Kant, another philosopher, disagreed with that notion. He thought that we are more than that, because there are things we can know innately, without ever experiencing them.
Like what?
I suppose because cause and effect is a good example. Mathematics is another.
We can sort of figure out on our own what 2 times 2 is.
And I thought I paid attention in school. It's my little brother Carlos.
Pardon?
The reason I'm hiding here. He's caught something from school, a nasty cold or something. And now he's like a sneeze machine.
Sneezing a lot and has a cold. I say, well, there's probably better teas out there that can work, but I always use throat coat and mint tea to support. Is he okay? You left him alone at home? I'm concerned.
To be okay.
He is, but I don't want to catch whatever he's throwing. I'm worried I already did. This is like the worst possible time for me to get sick.
Oh, have you got an essay coming up?
No, I go to LIPA. Heard of them? The League of Excellence in Athletics and Performing Arts?
Interesting.
Why, yes, I have. Quite a big thing, I hear.
That's the one. I used to run track back in high school, and LIPA offered me a fully paid training program. They got us in touch with genuine athletes and trained by industry professionals. Not to mention a monthly stipend.
That's lovely.
It is. I can't believe I'm running for a living. I couldn't feel more alive. But we have a big milestone coming up soon. If I catch a cold now, well, at best I'll have to wait for the next milestone. I'd be months behind everyone else.
I see.
I don't know what to do.
You know, no pressure at all, but not all tea is, well, tea. Ginger is incredible for your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as you run for a living, it's also great for muscle soreness.
Love that.
Plus, it has a nice little burn to it, of which I'm quite fond.
Ginger and orange meringue is what me and my sister was drinking during the winter season. I didn't get a chance to see her this season, but I know a couple of seasons ago, her husband had got this ginger tea jar, and it was kind of like jelly form, but you can actually boil it down to liquid form, and you can drink it as like tea. I love fresh tea, especially when you make your own homemade tea. So that was so delicious when we were drinking it. I gotta ask him where he got that from. Hope you can tell me. Probably from the grocery outlet. Grocery outlet always gets like random stuff, and then once it's gone forever.
Would you care for some? It's on me.
I don't want to impose.
I'm gonna run this place for profit. In this economy, I would say you can pay me back, but I don't run this. I mean, how do you pay the rent there if you don't run it for profit? That's my thing. I'm sorry, lady. Nothing's for free here.
Well, you can always pay me back. It'll give you an excuse to stop by and avoid your brother some more.
Oh, I like that. That was a nice answer.
Fair enough. Well, if you're sure. I'd like some ginger tea, please. And thank you.
Oh man, now she's gonna make me want to get some ginger tea. All right, here we go. Making tea time. Click on the jar to select the tea. All right. Some ginger. There we go. Steep it for a little bit. Lovely weather, isn't it? Are you local? Oh, great. Now we let it steep. Pass the time by clicking on small talk. This will make the tea stronger. Well, I guess she is local. It really is. It's usually quite gloomy around here. Each kind of tea has its own ideal steeping time. Check the tea book to learn more. Ooh, look at the book. It's so nice. I don't want to read all of this. Do I have to? Oh, it's so crumpled together. Oh, okay. Chamomile, ginger. So 3 tea leaves. 3 tea leaves. Okay, ginger is one of the few folk medicines that actually does what it says on the box. It is one of the most researched medicinal plants in the world and was shown to have anti-inflammatory and immunity-boosting properties. Long before modern medicine, ginger tea was used to treat hundreds of illnesses. Fun fact, ginger, cardamom, and turmeric all belong to the same taxonomic family, Zinnigibrae. Ooh, I'm gonna try. Don't roast me. I will look up the word later on. But Zinnigibraceae? I don't know. I'll look that word up. I ain't never seen this before. And a Zinziberry. Ah, okay. So these are Latin words? It's Latin for spice. Okay. Those 2 words, definitely gonna look it up. Because it's always good to expand your vocabulary, especially for me. But anywho, ginger tea is 3 tea leaves. I'm loving this game already. Okay. What's other teas? Green tea is 2, which I have green tea in brewing right now for myself, but I kind of want some ginger tea, so I'll probably drink that afterwards. Lavender tea, oolong, peppermint. Yes, I use this all the time when I'm really sick. See, alleviates nausea and stomach ache and other digestive ailments. Oh, I'm gonna love this game. Now, I never had rose tea. One in particular is because I can't find rose tea near where I'm at. So I'm probably gonna have to go to the I call it hippie stores, but they're not hippie stores. They're eccentric stores out in where a lot of very natural vegan areas are at where I'm living at. So I can probably find rose tea there. Or order off of Amazon, but I don't really prefer ordering food off of Amazon. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to order food off of Amazon. Maybe they got it better. I don't know. Earl Grey is always a classic, and there we go. So 3 tea leaves, got it. Awesome. All right, so we're already at 1 tea leaf. So do you like the area? You know, I grew up here. You must have a lot of stories. This shop is pet friendly, by the way. Do you like my decor? Is it friendly? Well, I'm gonna say, do you like my decor? I really do. It's oddly nostalgic in here. All right, so the tea is red tea. So let's go ahead and serve it.
Your tea is ready.
I'm gonna love this game. I hope I get a chance to see even more teas, or if those are the only teas I have, then that's fine too.
Holy, this burns. But in a good way.
You'll get used to it. Especially when I have ginger shot. Now that's not tea, but there's ginger shots where it has ginger, turmeric, a little bit of cayenne in it. And I get them from Safeway all the time. And then I take those every time in the wintertime. Anytime I go out anywhere, take that ginger shot. Make you feel better.
That's part of its appeal.
Still, I can't believe I never had this before. Thank you, miss.
Anytime, love.
Say, those knickknacks you got there look really nice. Where'd you get them from?
Oh, all over. I travelled quite a bit, and I always liked bringing something back as a reminder. Which one caught your eye the most?
Oh, we were just talking about that earlier. Honestly, this tea set right here caught my eye. The fancy tea set I bought in Turkey. It was offered so much tea during my stay in Ankara. I thought I'd turn red. What a thoughtful people they are. I should share something meaningful that happened to me there, or perhaps a cultural overview. Oh, good idea, although a bit embarrassing.
You may have heard, but Turkish people historically preferred coffee. Tea became their beverage of choice no more than 100 years ago, and yet it is already deeply ingrained in their culture. So much so that telling someone, "put the tea on," meant you were coming over. Everything from casual conversation to business meetings were held over a freshly brewed teapot. A tea shop owner would walk over to nearby businesses and pour them each a cup, which I thought was a nice gesture. As you can see, the tea set here is 2-tiered, one for highly concentrated tea, another for hot water, keeping each other warm. If you preferred your tea open, it meant you wanted it watered down. But if you liked your tea strong, you'd say you want it closed. Even children there get some tea, though theirs gets cooled down and served with some biscuits to make it a little treat. I was so captivated by their love for tea, I decided to buy a set for myself. They said the fancy ones were a tourist trap, but it didn't matter. Funnily enough, while the set I got was for tea, the cups I thought came with it were actually meant for coffee. Their teacups have no handles. Besides, the tea sets they actually drink from are a lot less ornamental. Simple glass and metal. But you have to admit, this tea set and coffee cups look nice together.
No shame in it. They do look nice together, actually. I wonder how they drink tea from teacups that have no handles anyway. Wouldn't they be too hot? You're so cool. I wish I walked in here sooner.
The two spent the rest of the morning in casual conversation. Every so often, the young athlete's laughter would nearly shake the cups off their shelves. Miss Meadows hadn't had a customer like her in quite a while.
Over the years, I filled the stairwell up to my bedroom with cherished memories. A framed collage of my life, role models, friends, and some of my favorite art. I like to examine some of them from time to time and reminisce. Oh. This is the expose that made my career. The massive amounts of taxpayer money that Henry Whitmore embezzled and was so close to sending offshore. If there were one thing of which I am proud for having achieved in all of my own life, it would be not letting that horrid man get away with his crimes. I wrote this poem when I was still in school. I was waiting for my friend in the park after class. It was a Friday. Well, you know the rest of the story. Should I read it? No, you don't have to read it. Another time then. What else? My successful poem, I've got chestnuts to roast. Incidentally, the night before Esme left Midsmouth, we met at the park one more time. She brought roasted chestnuts. I made Earl Grey. She told me she wanted to make more. But roasting chestnuts was such a slow process, she didn't want to risk being late to our outing. Another success I owe to her, I suppose. During the few years I spent living in London, I used to frequent the George. I heard the pub is so old, Shakespeare himself might have once enjoyed a meal there. So did Dickens. Then again, where didn't Dickens have a beer? I see. What's that? This portrait of an old man shedding tears shakes me to my core. For some reason I cannot explain. Someone at our age should have done all their crying decades ago. But it is, unfortunately, the same age where everyone you know starts to wilt away. And you wonder, am I the unlucky one for living long enough to grieve them? Oh, this must be her girls' school. Yep, my classmates and I threw a party after we finished secondary school. You can see how proud ourselves, Esme and I were. We had a lot of fun arranging it. On the other side of me was Sandy. She ate all the cake. I inherited this mirror from my grandmother. It has been in the family for generations. Looking at my reflection always gave me the courage to look inward. Introspection is the root of all personal growth, after all. However, lately, I don't know, looking at my reflection gives me a sense of mild unease. Must be the wrinkles. Oh. This is an original poster of my favorite movie, back when it came out. A woman called a lawyer seeking legal counsel shortly after being the victim of assault. Oh man. A challenge. She had not left her flat in 9 years. Her neighbors didn't even know she existed. She was also mentally unwell. All evidence pointed to her not being of sound mind, or non-compos mentis in legal terms. Oh, that didn't matter to the lawyer, who still believed she had a case. The story escalated as it became apparent something bigger was at work. Against all odds, the lawyer won the woman her due justice. I love over-the-top legal dramas. That actually sounds pretty interesting. An avid fan of my poetry, who used to come to my tea shop often, painted this for me. I could not help but frame it and hang it on my wall. To have something made for you is a great honor. I put it here to remind myself to never take such gifts for granted. Oh, that's sweet. We got these 3 here, and then this one, so let's go ahead and do that. This was Esme and I at her family house back in the good old days. Wow, okay. So what is this, like the 1800s? We took this in our first year of college. Gosh, fashion sure changed, didn't it? Yeah. Although she does look very pretty in that dress, though. The flower dress. I wonder if that's supposed to be Esme. That looks very elegant, though. That's really pretty. Esme's family was so used to having me around. They thought I had a key to the house. The tea we had on that day was from Assam? A smooth and multi-second harvest, which her father brought home from a trip. He was quite furious that we finished the whole tin before he could get a chance to try it himself. I would be too. I miss her terribly. Oh. Nellie Bly, one of my 2 journalistic role models. In 1887, oh yeah, so it was 1800. Nellie was admitted into a so-called lunatic asylum for women. The truth is, she was undercover. She only pretended to be insane to enter that asylum and investigate it from the inside. She witnessed the inhumane living conditions that the admitted women were forced to undergo, all under the guise of medical care. Her report on the asylum not only revolutionized investigative journalism, but psychiatry as well. Nellie Bly, heroism exemplified. I remember that, and they even made a movie. I think it was either a Lifetime movie about that as well. And honestly, I don't understand why they even think that was even medical treatment. That was torture. They were torturing those women, and some of those women became mentally, what they used to legally the legal terminology used to be like mentally insane after they left it, not when they went in. And half of those women went in because their husbands didn't like that they did not agree with them, or they couldn't divorce them because it would be shameful in society's eyes. So they just threw them in an insane asylum and called it a day. Huh. Allegedly. I gotta put allegedly there. But it was still wild. I was so sad. Glad she did that. Louise Mack, one of my 2 journalistic role models. She was the first woman to report from the front lines of a war. And not just any war, the Great War, World War I. Louise was so far away from home, being an Australian, but she was unstoppable. Her bravery and dogged pursuit of truth in the face of death itself, it lit a fire in my heart. Oh, I never really heard of that lady, but I might actually look her up just to find out more information. John Keats, one of my favorite English poets. He led a tragically short life, having died at 25 from tuberculosis, leaving behind his fiancée and muse, Frances Linden, whom he loved and idolized. Oops, that was my background. Despite his brief existence, his nature, themes, and emotionally charged poems had a colossal impact on English literature. Oh, bless his soul, I can't help but wonder. What else would Keats have written had he overcome his illness and lived longer? But I suppose he was right when he said, Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. You know, I always wonder exactly how would many of like writers and stuff would have, how would they would have felt if they kept on living, if they didn't end up meet their like short lives. Like what exactly would have changed if they still stayed alive, you know? The Corinthian, made by Joseph Wright. This is a recreation, of course. I cannot afford the original. The young man fell asleep against the wall. He was tired and had a long journey in the next day. So his lover, Debutus, carefully traced the outline of his shadow onto the wall. That way, she could have something to remind her of him while he's away. Something about that playful yearning always moved me. All right, then let's go ahead and move on. Let's go upstairs. All right, enough reminiscing. Off to my room. Oh, her little granny room.
Miss Meadows settled in for a quiet evening. There was a gentle knock on her bedroom door.
Come in.
The nurse entered the room with a confident walk and gave Miss Meadows a brief but chilling glare.
How was your day?
Acceptable.
Geez, she didn't greet her so, tell her name or anything?
The nurse's face barely moved when she spoke, as if she wore a mask of porcelain.
Last week, she replaced my old nurse, Helen, who just retired. Not a very talkative young woman, is she?
Your dose, miss.
Oh, I don't really like her. She's so cold.
What was your name again, love?
Plath. Liliane Plath.
Well, nice to meet.
Your dose, miss.
Okay, I would ask to replace her. She is not very nice.
Right. Go on ahead.
Miss Meadows, you do not need to take this from this lady. See, if I was your daughter, I would have said, excuse me, ma'am, you need to start greeting my grandmother respectfully. And if she's asking you a question, you answer her question. You do not, like, I don't know, because I know nurses and stuff, they do get a lot of, like, backlash on a lot of their patients. And sometimes they just don't feel like interacting. They just want to get the job done and go. But I mean, like, if you got a sweet old lady like this one who's just trying to be a little chatty to make herself feel comfortable with you since you are new to her, at least have a decent conversation. It's just the beginning of the story. Maybe she'll loosen up over time. Who knows? Let's just get into it. Okay, hold this hand to draw the dose. Click on the vial to reset. She needs 150. Okay. Oh. There we go. Okay. She's going to overdose her. Click here when ready.
We are done.
Dang!
Thank you, dear.
All right, she has the bedside manner of a glacier. Yes, I know. The last we visited, she barely spoke a single word, but she seems to know what she's doing. I can't blame her. Poor woman has to go into strangers' homes and see them at their worst. I'll make an effort to break the ice, so to speak.
Fancy some tea for your trouble?
No.
Okay, maybe something is personally going on with her.
Well, I hope you change your mind someday. I have quite a wide selection and...
What is all this?
The nurse was pointing at a journal and a pile of papers on Miss Meadows' desk, full of scribbles and ink stains.
This? Oh, this is where I write.
Right, what?
Oh, it's just an old hobby of mine. I like writing poetry, you see.
Ah.
Okay.
I wouldn't dare say I'm good at it, but I enjoy it nonetheless. I got my first one framed by the staircase. It has great sentimental value to me.
I have to go.
Oh, do take care, and thank you.
Dang, why should it be so cold? She stopped halfway down the stairs. Oh, or maybe she warmed up. Okay. I hope she liked it. A younger me would have peeked through the door just to see if she liked it. But now, I suppose no one goes through times lingering and comes out the other side unscathed. I'm just glad to be alive. Speaking of which, I should get on with finishing this part. I've been stuck on it for weeks. Heavens forbid it could be my last one. Now, let's see. I left off at... Oh. Time to get to writing. For this poem, I will draw inspiration from the people I meet every day. Being inspired by people will give my writing a more heartfelt backbone, I hope. I need to remember that once I choose a mood, I can't change my mind. Otherwise, I'll never finish writing. Let's see. The runner earlier today sure knows how to linger in one's mind. Which of these feelings does she embodies more? She embodies youth. Leave a thought in every heart you happen by as tea so fondly stains the... As tea fondly stains the begin it's in. No. The cup it's in. Cup. There we go. Be warmth that lingers on the fingers held high. The smallest kindness lets their tail pot, their tail begin. Okay, now reading all together. Leave a thought in every heart you happen by as tea so fondly stains the cup it's in. Be warmth that lingers on the fingers held high. The smallest kindness lets their tail begin. Oh, I like that.
I should go to bed now.
That night, Miss Meadows had a dream. It felt so tangible and slow, as if the air were thick as honey. In that dream, she navigated a dreamscape facsimile of her own home. Suddenly, she was confronted by an aberrant stranger. The stranger had no distinguishing feature, which in itself is not odd. However, it had no face. From hair to chin, it was bare as smoothed marble. Paralyzed with fear, Miss Meadows could do nothing but stare. And the featureless stranger stared back. The distress of this faceless horror shook Miss Meadows wide awake. As she woke, her dream did that cunning thing all dreams do, and made itself forgotten. By the time Miss Meadows was wide awake and out of her bed, the dream was gone, and the stranger with it.
Remember how Esme encouraged me to write after I showed her my first poem? She helped me overcome my fear of showing my writing to others. I started writing more poetry, then got into prose, and not long after school, I became a news columnist. My old typewriter's still around here somewhere. At first, I only did local news, nothing too important. Then I went national and lived in London for a while. There, I wrote the exposé of the decade. That news story I broke is still talked about today. I'm so proud of it, I got it framed on my wall. One success led to another, and soon enough, I was sent to report on events across the world. I remember every city I've been to. All that because I waited for her on that Friday at the park. Someone else might have gotten fed up and left, or gone to bed quite sour about being stood up. But I think it helped temper me into the patient woman I am today. Esme was right back then. The good things in life are worth waiting for.
Miss Meadows was used to customers walking right in and hearing that bell jingle as they do. What she did not expect to hear, however, was a knock.
Is that knocking?
Interesting.
That's odd. It's open. Come in.
You alright?
Of course she would be.
Welcome, young man. You didn't have to knock. The sign did say open.
But, miss, your business looks so much like a home, I felt it too bold to just waltz in.
Oh, that's very sweet and kind.
How perceptive of you. It is my house. I just turned this floor into a tea shop is all. I thought people might find it more relaxing that way.
It certainly is. Nevertheless, I shall treat your proprietary space as if I were a guest in your good abode.
By all means. Are you sure you don't want to put down your backpack?
Backpack is not quite tall. The bulk of the young man's baggage peeked over his head like a jagged mountain looming over a mustachioed hill. Man-sized freight is perhaps more appropriate.
No need. I got quite used to it. Though, I will be sitting down, so that my luggage no longer tries to introduce me to the floor.
As long as you're comfortable. Tea?
Yes, please. Earl Grey. Extra strong.
Oh, nice.
Coming right up.
Hear that because I was trying to listen to the music in the background. It's way too loud. Okay, there we go. Right, he said Earl Grey. Oh, look at all these teas. This is like a dream to have all my teas like this. Okay, Earl Grey, extra strong. Earl Grey, extra strong. Oh, there's the first page. Gotcha. So we're gonna be talking for some time then. How do you like Midsmouth so far? Nice weather, isn't it? I don't want to talk about them. Quaint little town, I must say. It was supposed to rain today, apparently. Really? Looks clear as a mirror to me. Can't help wondering, what do you have in that backpack? Oh, this? Books mainly, and 2 laptops. 2? Do you have a favorite beverage? Let's see, tea, coffee, ginger beer. I can't decide. How are you getting around town? Biscuits? Yes, please. Wonderful. All right, tea is ready.
Here we are.
Much obliged.
The bespectacled man made no effort to hide the wave of relief and contentment that washed over him as he took a long sip.
This is simply splendid. I haven't had tea this good since my trip to Kulukumalai.
Ooh, that's a word. And I believe that is a real place too. Can I say that word? Kulukumali. Kulukumal?
Oh my. You've been to Kulukumalai too?
Kulukumai? Oh, I like the way how she said it. I need to learn how to say this word.
Have I ever? The region of Kerala was where I did my seminal paper on langur ethology.
Langur.
What's a langur?
Oh, right. They're a species of monkey native to the Indian subcontinent. Very graceful. They can leap great distances and possess a rather long tail. Just a good height from the renowned tea farms.
You know, sometimes I feel like when people go to grad school and they hyper focus on a subject for their thesis project, it is like the hyper interest in that subject line. I guess that's the whole purpose of a thesis project, right? Because you're hyper focused on a topic and subject that no one really specifies as an interest, and because you specify it as an interest, it becomes well known and thought after you have done the thesis project. Because I've seen a lot of people who do thesis projects on things that I would have never thought of. Like this one lady who went to a graduate program, I think it was for psychology, Black people in comics, and she wrote a book and everything about how Black characters are perceived in the Black community. And I thought, wow, I never really thought of that, because although I do like comic books and stuff like that, I never really read them. I only delved into them from DC movies and Marvel comics. But I find that so fascinating. At some point in my life, I'll end up going to graduate school for hyper focusing on something. Like, I think the lady who also went to graduate school on the thesis project about Black hair and video games, that is like super awesome. So there's two topics that are now blatantly in the media now, and I'm just curious, what would I go to graduate school to have a hyper focus on in order to create a thesis project about? It'll probably come to me, because I hyper focus on a lot of small niche topics that no one really thinks about. So who knows?
Those playful creatures would huddle together at sundown and spend the night grooming one another atop the canopy.
Nice.
But come morning, they go into a feeding frenzy where they spread out over the blue-speckled Nilgiri hills. Langurs avoid each other during the day, for competition over fruit could be so fierce it stands a good chance of escalating to a full-blown brawls. As if they hadn't been cozying up to each other just the last evening, and would have done so again every night. Oh, I imagine, looking at this behavior from above in a time-lapse manner, it would look like as if the hills were breathing monkeys.
The man was simply transported. Miss Meadows was amused by his infectious passion.
See, yeah, I just love people who have passions about things, and you could just see the glee and joy in their faces when they have a chance to talk about their interests. I love people like that.
You paint a very vivid picture, Mr.
Adam Oleander, PhD, Dr. Adam Oleander.
Apologies. I will address you properly then. Doctor.
That's kind of you. It's a useful thing to have in an emergency. If the emergency involved a charging gorilla or thieving baboons.
My goodness, you're a riot, Doctor.
Forgive my rudeness, Miss
Meadows.
Miss Meadows. I recall you suddenly adding a 2 to your Kulukumalai inquiry. Have you visited?
Oh, it was a long time ago. I was reporting on tea farms there. I was a journalist, you see.
I am in the presence of an esteemed truth seeker then, and a woman with taste to boot.
Okay, I just love the way how he talks. It's just so cool.
Oh, how sweet of you. Kulukumalai is where I source my tippy golden first grade leaves. They are simply incomparable.
Ah, I had a sense this was a pot of bergamot-infused TG-FOP1. Truly remarkable. If only more tea shops around here were so committed to quality.
Well, you are always welcome here, Doctor.
I am overjoyed to hear that. However, I'm not staying long, I'm afraid. I'm only staying in England for another week or so. Conferences and so on.
Oh, I used to love conferences. Getting a press badge made me feel special.
I know that feeling. Like when I go to conventions, I always just want to get like one of those top tier convention badges, but I know I'm not part of a company, but I just like, oh, wouldn't it be awesome to just get a top tier convention bag to go into the convention before all the other I guess you call them conventioners go into? Yes, someday.
Keen in knowledge we are. Did you find journalism rewarding?
Oh, was it ever? I struggled at the start, for sure. There was an expectation in that industry to comply with certain messaging, shall we say. Unfortunately for them, I never liked being told what to do. I was even fired for it once.
Oh, I like this old lady even more.
Goodness.
But then I made my big break. It was validating to see that holding on to my principles, painful as it was worth it.
And what principles are those?
The truth must be revealed exactly as you find it, without embellishments for anyone's benefit.
True, very true.
With that, I must concur. Some members of the scientific community were found accused of misconduct, similar to what you say you were expected to commit. They are desperate enough for accolades that they fake data or twist it to serve their needs. It causes more harm than good. Pure selfishness is what it comes down to.
Indeed.
Precisely.
But please, continue. How does your career relate to your journey with tea?
Well, after my big news story, you see, I was getting requests to cover news all over the Isles, and later on, the rest of the world. That's how I got to know tea so intimately, by flying around and trying all sorts.
I have no doubt you did us all proud.
Oh, that's sweet of you to say, Doctor. Say, the conference you're here for, what's it about anyway?
Oh, that? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You'll think I'm having a laugh.
No, please, go on. I won't.
Well, if you insist. I am here to attend a conference on recent discoveries on type 2 diabetes. In domesticated fauna.
Domesticated fauna? Yeah, that's what I'm curious. Pets can get diabetes?
Can get diabetes.
It's sad, isn't it? Roaming the wilderness, they are at nature's mercy. But at home, they are at ours, including our terrible eating habits.
So fauna, but aren't fauna? I don't know. I don't know what a fauna is.
Can't blame them. It's easy to take well-being for granted.
Fauna. Is it a domestic animal? A fauna? I gotta look that up.
Pardon me for asking, but your research seemed more focused on wild animals rather than pets.
Yeah, okay, so me and Miss Meadows is on the same path.
Keen of you to notice. You see, I'm not so much interested in pet diabetes myself, heartbreaking as it is. But if you must know, I do have ulterior motives.
Okay.
What do you mean?
You see, the board at my institute will be attending. Loath I am to admit, those jackanapes get the final say on which research team gets funding, and how much.
I see what he's doing.
A big say, that is. And they don't seem to find my kind of research quite so fashionable as to deserve any more funding.
Oh, well, I'm sorry they're giving you trouble.
No, it's quite alright. This is not the first time they blocked my funding, and it will not be the last.
Hmm.
My attendance at this conference is precisely because I wish to persuade them to reconsider. It worked before, and it will again.
I admire your enthusiasm.
Really, I do too.
Besides, the world's not got much to lose if I don't get my funding. People's lives don't get any better for having known the circadian rhythm of lowland gorillas, or the play habits of young capuchins.
Hmm. I get what he's saying.
Miss Meadows sighed empathetically. She could hear the man's passion for what he does being stifled by something deeper.
I get what he's saying. It's just like because the funding for his passion doesn't really like help society as far as humans. It just it will grant us more knowledge about these animals, but it doesn't really push forward any kind of basically corporate money for them to make off of versus actually just knowledge. You can't make money off of knowledge of something that doesn't really profit the corporations, and that's what sucks about having niche passions for things. If the corporations can't make money, they do not care.
The awkward silence clung to the walls like mold. Miss Meadows knew she had to do something.
Be diplomatic or assertive?
You know, you had me hooked on your scientific pursuits. You tell them like a story. There is a strength in that, and I think you should use it when you speak to the funding representatives. As much as you loathe them for withholding your funds, make them feel like their contributions made your work possible.
I don't wish to manipulate them.
I'm not saying you should, but they have something you want, don't they? Diplomacy is convincing a dog to give you the frisbee in its mouth. You have to make it think you're going to throw it again.
I like this lady.
I see. By regaling them with the impact their past contributions have made to science, they will look forward to seeing more.
And you're good at regaling, that's for sure.
That's a brilliant approach, miss. I will certainly give it a try.
Oh, I hope he does get his funding.
Well, Doctor, the way I see it, were it not for your research, you and I would not be having this delightful conversation. And if I still had it in me to travel, I would have loved to join you on your expeditions.
Sure, I would too. That's pretty interesting.
See? That's one old person's life you've made better already.
Oh, miss. You're far too kind. I've been meaning to ask. You have quite the menagerie gathered on that shelf back there.
These are my little treasures. Do any of them stand out to you in particular?
Absolutely. Particularly these books, which I feel like you got it from somewhere. But the turtle on the top will be a very good topic with him since he's all about researching animals. So let's go ahead and find out. I got this beautiful little tortoise figurine in India soon after my job started taking me overseas. I was fond of my time there. My conversations introduced me to ideas thousands of years old, but entirely new to me. It is all embodied in this cute wood carving right here. Should I tell that story? It is a bit sad. Oh no. No, let's tell it. I hope this doesn't get too emotional.
Let's see if I can recall that folktale. A terrible drought was looming, one that would threaten to drain a great lake. The fishes and the frogs sensed this and began migrating down the river lest they be trapped. However, the tortoise stubbornly refused to leave, proclaiming, "The lake is my only home, as it was my mother's and her mother before her." Well, soon the drought came, and the lake was dried and barren. The tortoise burrowed, biding her time, waiting for the drought to end. It just so happened that a Buddhist aspirant was gathering clay nearby. He struck the earth with his spade, accidentally shattering the tortoise's shell. Fatally wounded, the tortoise said with her dying breath, "I wish I had left. I wish I had followed the river with everyone else. But here I lay, broken, in my mother's home and her mother before her." The aspirant took the remains of the tortoise to his followers and shared with them what happened. He hoped they would learn what the tortoise had learned all too late. We have legs, not roots. When life beckons you, you either move on and flourish, or stay put and wilt. Some people believe this is why tortoises and turtles have a shattered pattern on their shells.
I know this story, and yet it brings tears to my eyes every time. But since it lived in a lake, it was most likely a terrapin, not a tortoise. Just saying.
See, I knew you enjoyed the story.
This makes me want to start a collection of my own.
The two enjoyed each other's company over tea for a good while. It wasn't until near sundown when the scientist decided to take his leave. Miss Meadows closed shop and went to her room for the evening.
Now the nurse is going to come by. What a delightful day this was. Well, off to bed, or maybe I feel like reminiscing again. No, Mrs. Meadows, I think we reminisced enough. Well, I guess you won't let me leave until you reminisce, right? Or unless you say something different. I don't want to look at this right now. Okay. I'm quite fond of this painting. This is what it looks like to miss someone before they're even gone. Oh, maybe you do say something a little bit different. A painting that was gifted to me. It may not be photorealistic or awe-striking, but it is adorable. The thought behind a gift matters more than the gift itself. This painting was used as a pub sign at a place I used to frequent in London. I kept a copy as a memento. It's really nice to be a regular, especially where everybody knows your name. My favorite movie. It's about a victim that, by all accounts, should not be believed. But the attorney did believe her. When all cards were finally on the table, it turned out she was telling the truth all along. Legal dramas are a great medium to explore abstract concepts in a somewhat realistic setting. Justice, selfishness, empathy. No need for swords or firearms, only the judge's gavel and the tears of victimhood. A lot of people don't understand where victims come from until they become one. Ooh, that was bars. Mrs. Meadows. Okay. See, this is why we as younger generation need to start talking to older generations, because they got the tea, they got the wisdom, and Mrs. Meadows right here, that was a bar right there. A lot of people don't understand where victims come from until they become one. Ooh, I love that quote. I love that so much. That is so... I love that right there. Mrs. Meadows. See, I could go to her tea shop and just sit and just hear her talk, man. That was a really good quote. That was a really good quote. I enjoy that one a lot. What else you got to say? An old photo of Esme and me at her family's house. She is the only surviving member of that family. Parents, siblings, everyone else passed away peacefully. I attended every funeral. Each loss hit her just as hard as the last. It never gets easier. So I guess when you do re-click this, she says something a little bit different. Okay. After much thought, I am now of the opinion that old age is a gift. Yes, it is. I read somewhere that even though age slows you down in every aspect, your expressive abilities and your linguistic skills never stop expanding. Oh, I just love this. I love what she's spitting out, man. This is why so many authors only find success in their 50s. Ooh, she's like throwing some wisdom. Yes, it is so true, because so many books that I have read in high school and in college, like some of them are from authors from like they were 27 or 25 or so, but it's like once they hit that 25 years of age, everything in their works from there on becomes even more like beautiful. I think because of that is because a lot of people in their early teens and stuff like that, they're just now figuring out life. So life hasn't really hit them as hard, but it seems like once you hit the age of 25, it's like your brain just suddenly expands and then you start really seeing life for what it really is. And you just keep trying to figure it out from 25 on to the point that you just are coasting through life, going through life, if that makes sense. So I love what she just said there. This is why so many authors only find success in their 50s, because it's true. They live for so long to the point now that when they're in their old age, everything that they have experienced before that seems like a story, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's continue. Writing is the one thing Father Time can never take away from you. Oh man, this lady, I'm liking her even more. One of my hit poems, I got chestnuts to roast. It is about the unforgiving nature of Father Time, who waits for no one. Life moves on and embers eventually turn to ash. Even if you still got chestnuts to roast. Do I dare want to hear any more from her? Let's do this. My article on Henry Whitmore's crimes. I reported on other corrupt people after this, but this expose is the one of which I'm proudest. It's a shame such people exist and that investigations like mine are always needed. But this world is our home. When home gets dusty, someone has to do the cleaning. I like that. Did I do this one? My first poem, the one I wrote for Esme. Something about the way I ended this poem makes it seem more like a song. I remember I listened to a lot of music back then. Maybe that's how it ended up like this. Should I read it? Sure, why not? Under bows and gold canaries, branches reaches for their kin. Wishfully I sigh and tarry, waiting for your merry grin. Colors drive across the sky as heaven shake their golden plums. At candy clouds and passerby, the only missing thing is you. Finally, my friend, you come. With passing time and glee in tow, let's turn our sandwiches to crumbs as we laugh at all we know. Away, away, we weigh like air. Away, away, we truth and dare. Away, away, we're paper thin. Don't wait for your life to begin, because life waits for no one. It's on you to give her chase. So give her chase. Love that, love that. My classmates and I, Elaine and Chloe, bottom left corner, they spotted a pigeon. They both saw it the moment it flew full speed into the neighbor's window. The photograph managed to capture their vastly different reactions to this tragedy. I like Elaine's sense of humor. She's laughing. Wait. All right, and I think it's just these three now. Yeah, because we did all of those on the side. Nellie Bly. This woman made history by putting her own life at risk. I hoped I could meet her, tell her how much she influenced me. Louise Mack. She reported on World War I from the front lines. Back when I heard of her, I wondered what compels someone to put their lives at risk for the truth. Surely there was no reward lucrative enough to justify throwing oneself into such perilous conditions. But I was wrong. The truth is its own reward. John Keats. Every year I travel to London for a week and visit John Keats' home in Hampstead Heath. His house is so well preserved, walking into it felt like time travel. A library was built next to his home. It was named after him, and everyone is welcome, free of charge. I wonder how happy Keats would be to hear that his humble home became a hub of literature and knowledge. Man, that's cool. It'd be cool to have like your own library in your house. I know that's what Book Talk has. A lot of people who are part of Book Talk. Why did I have to get a house with stairs? Oh, poor lady. Oh, the nurse seems a little bit more friendly in the face.
The stern-looking nurse had not said a word since her timely arrival. She wore the same expressionless face like it was part of her uniform. But Miss Meadows would not be so easily deterred. She was determined to be her friend.
Oh, I wonder if she's like the daughter of Esme or something like that, or the granddaughter of Esme.
So, how was your day?
Fine.
That's nice. I had an interesting day myself. Curious young man stopped by for tea. Quite an avid scientist he is.
Is he?
My, yes.
Bulgar. You study monkeys?
He studied langur behavior. Monkeys that fight during the day and snuggle together at night. And they happen to live quite close to one of the world's most famous tea farms.
Okay.
The nurse's lack of interest could preserve perishables. Miss Meadows rallied, however. She was not going to let the young lady get away with being broody 2 nights in a row.
See, you're the artistic type, aren't you? I've got a feeling you express yourself through some medium, yes?
I did.
Not anymore?
No, I practiced the violin, but I grew out of it.
They say it's like riding a bicycle, playing music. You never forget how to do it. Is that true?
I wouldn't know. I never got back to it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your dose, miss.
She's a little bit better than what she was the first night.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Another night, and Miss Meadows had to admit defeat. Cracking that egg will take more than just casual conversation. The old lady wondered to herself why she was so determined to get the nurse to be more sociable.
She just looks like she's sad in the eyes.
Did she miss the previous nurse, who was much chattier? Did she feel the current nurse's guardedness was her own fault somehow? Or did she feel lonely at night when customers were not there to keep her company? Somewhere, out in the night, low heels stomped away on a damp pavement. After sitting in silence for a brief time, Miss Meadows decided to get back to writing her poem.
What an eventful day. That That scientist was so fun to talk to. A bit long-winded. Were I to describe him with one word, what would it be? He did have a little bit nostalgia to him, but he also had a wince of curiosity as well. Well, I'm gonna say curiosity. Okay, let's see here. I wondered blank where silence held its breath. I wonder speak. I wandered pass. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I wandered past where silence held its breath. My thoughts of you like lanterns in the dark. When asked to speak of you, I did at length, until my throat dried up and turned to bark. Until my throat dried up and turned to sing. Until my throat dried up and turned to speak. When asked to sing of you, oh, maybe, okay. I was supposed to do that. Really? I can't use... I don't like this one. Oh. I wandered paths where silence held its breath. My thoughts of you like lanterns in the dark. When asked to speak of you, I did at length, until my throat dried up and turned to bark. Oh, I see. Is every other... What is this? I forgot what this type of poem structure is. It's like it's supposed to rhyme every other line. I guess I forgot what that's called. I guess so. Anyways, let's keep going. Is that German?
There are perks to living as long as I have. One such perk is that you get to be a living witness to many events, both great and terrible. School children would be yawning through history class, but to you, it's not history. How could it be?
Oh, I asked this very same question to my own grandma and grandfather. Like, they lived through the civil rights movement. They were growing up after the war, after World War II. So they grew up, they were babies after World War II. And then, like, my grandfather and grandmother, they grew up like on farms where they had outhouses and stuff like that. Now we have indoor plumbing and it's like normalized to have indoor plumbing, but they grew up during those times on farmlands and stuff. And as I recall, I kept asking him about, so how did you think about the civil rights movement? Did you ever think that things would change in America where you weren't able to have to live by those restrictive laws anymore? Do you remember Dr. King? Do you remember Malcolm X? Do you remember all these civil rights leaders, the riots, the things that happened down south? Then during the 70s, they were like mid adults and stuff, like early 20s, late 20s. And I was asking, do you remember like the Vietnam War? Do you remember when they were doing the drafts? I asked my grandfather, is that the reason why you had your college education, because of the Vietnam drafts and stuff like that? Because back then they weren't drafting college educated people. They were only doing, the shady stuff that they were doing. And I was asking him a whole bunch of stuff like, do you remember all this stuff? Like, how does it feel to live through all that stuff and live now to see all this technology? Because my grandfather, he loves technology. He is all through the iPhones and all that stuff. But back then, they never had that. Like, during the 80s and stuff, they had those brick phones, and those brick phones were like super mega expensive. Now we have these slender phones that have touchscreens on it. I have so many questions when I ask them questions about stuff that happened in history. But yeah, now my sister asks me history about 9/11 because I lived through it, so I'm history now. Oh my goodness, I'm history. Okay, anyways, let's keep going. I'm talking too much. Let's go.
There. A living, moving collage in your head. One you get to relive with verisimilitude, real as the day it happened.
Right?
Some say longing for the old days holds you back. That nostalgia keeps you looking backwards and denies you the joy of living in the moment. Like eyes glued to a television, missing out on all the life going on outside the window. As if such a thing would be an act of sacrilege to those older and thereby worthier memories. But I much rather think I've seen plenty. I've earned a bit of telly time.
I love that. Telly time. Brand new day.
Miss Meadows felt energized this morning. The arrival of her dearest friend, Esme, was drawing near. She swept the floors, tidied the tables, and was ready for a new day. And what better way to start one than with a fond and familiar face?
Morning, Matilda.
Oh, we on first name basis. Okay.
Oh, Ollie. You all right?
Yeah. You?
I like Ollie already.
I'm all right. You know, I was wondering when you would stop by. I haven't seen you in a month or so.
Sorry about that. You know, kids. Grandkids.
Last time he came into my shop, he said something about helping one of his daughters relocate, I think.
Oh, yeah. How's Aisha?
Oh, that's such a pretty name. Okay, so anyways, I'm talking to it. Let's just get to the story.
Nearly out still. Hard to believe she's turning 20 soon.
Well, you knew what you signed up for, having another kid that late, Ollie?
I know.
Their mutual laughter had a warmth to it, like a comforting memory. They knew each other better than any two friends could.
What's new with you?
Well, you know, Esme's coming to Midsmouth for a visit. Oh, it'll be lovely to catch up.
Esme's coming?
Yes.
Did she call you?
As a matter of fact, she did. Shortly after you left last week, she said she's staying for a month, visiting family. What's wrong, Ollie? I thought you two were close as well.
Oh, it's nothing.
The old man dodged the question with little finesse. She recalled that Ollie had an awkwardness about the subject ever since Esme got that job overseas. Thinking better of the matter, Miss Meadows decided to drop it.
Would you like the usual?
Oh, yes, please.
Green tea coming up.
Oh, the nice classic tea. I love green tea. It's like you can drink green tea throughout the entire day and feel nice and comforting. Oh, I forgot what the steeping level is. Hold on. Ginger, 2 questions. Okay. Ooh, good thing I looked at that. What else have you been up to? Saw my grandkid's piano recital. He's a natural. Oh, we haven't done anything together in ages. We can go on another road trip. I miss Scotland. Yes. Are you sure it's just two? Just two? Yeah, just two. It'll probably help him with his joints too. If he had some green tea with a little dash of turmeric and some pepper in it, it'll work just fine for his joints. I see him walking with a cane.
My goodness, Matilda.
Oliver smiled widely after his first sip. Miss Meadows could see his tensions melting away.
Nobody makes it like you do. So, what's new with you?
I'm writing another one. Oh, I think you'll like it.
Are you? That's brilliant. Your last poem was really thought-provoking.
To look in a mirror? Oh, I don't know what you liked in that one. When I was done with it, it took all I had not to scrap it. But you insisted that I didn't.
I couldn't let you. That poem was a gem.
Yo, this voice actor is everything.
You touched on introspection, a subject that's dear to me. The most sincere kind of growth only comes from acknowledging what we see in our reflection.
If you close your eyes and hear him talk, it's just so nice and comforting.
You made the abstract tangible. A mirror, a bit on the nose, but so understated.
With headphones, makes it even better.
Oh, don't remind me.
Come on now. You said it yourself. You can look away, or you can confront what you see.
I wonder if he does audiobooks.
We tend to be so focused on surviving the outside that we forget to look within.
These are really poetic words. Whoever wrote, the person, I can't remember who wrote this. Is the words.
Inner self is a child. Neglected, it becomes unrecognizable. If you look in the mirror and see someone else looking back, know that it is still you, warped by years of inaction. That's what you wrote, isn't it? Blunt as it was, how could that poem not move me?
That almost gave me to tears.
Miss Meadows tried not to smile too brightly. She would not admit it, but she enjoyed being quoted from time to time.
Oh, Oliver, you're too kind.
So, tell me, what's your next poem going to be about?
I decided to get my inspiration for this one directly from people who come here to my shop. You should have met the interesting people who came in the last few days, Oliver.
Oh yeah,
Well, there weren't that many customers, if I'm being honest. But the ones who came by were quite distinct.
A student and a doctor. Oh, an athlete and a scientist. That's exactly who they were.
One was an aspiring athlete, the other a scientist.
a scientist here in Midsmouth?
That's what I said.
What sort of scientist?
Oh. I can't remember. Oh, shoot. Was he an etymologist? Or ethologist? Or ethnologist? Oh, snaps. I forgot what type of scientist he said he was. What is it? There's always so many different ologists out here in this world. I can't remember all of them. Just like the phobias out there. Like I can't remember every single phobia in the world. I'm gonna do a quick search really quickly. Etymologist. So etymologist is a scientist who studies or works with insects and related animals. So, I mean, he didn't work with insects. He worked directly with animals. So maybe it's a I knew it. Okay, the ethologist. That's what it is. Nice. You know, I really feel like
He said he was an ethologist.
I really feel like with Animal Planet, when it used to be around, it used to introduce a lot of different type of scientists on their network. And now, since I don't know where children now are getting their ideas of what type of scientists they want to be. But I remember back in the day, Animal Planet explicitly had different type of people who work with animals on their channel, and it inspired a lot of people to become scientists working with animals. And since the show is not really on cable TV, you have to like have a subscription to the Discovery Channel, which I'm hoping some may or may not have the subscription to the Discovery Channel. I know I do, because I love like learning science and nature and all this stuff. Along with the History Channel, it's kind of limiting. And it really is limiting, because YouTube, it's so easy for children to get on and just look at brain rot stuff, but it's not as easy discoverable to go on and look up Animal Planet or Discovery Channel or the History Channel anymore. Which is really sad. This next generation of children, or even the past generation of children, will never have that same experience. Like, dare I say, I know everybody hears all the time on social media, but like millennials did. Millennials had so much exposure to like animal scientists and doctors, different type of degrees of doctors, not just doctors that work in the hospital, but just doctors in major educational fields. I know at one point I really wanted to become I want to be like Laura Croft. I wanted to discover tombs. What is that called? Archaeologist. I wanted to be an archaeologist at one point. It's just sad that we don't get that type of push anymore. I feel bad for the next generation. Anyways.
What's that?
Wild animal behavior, apparently.
What animals? This town isn't exactly a teeming wilderness.
Oh, he's not here for research, just attending a conference.
We have conferences here too.
I said that too. Gosh, I wish you were there. I felt I could learn a lot just listening to them talk about their lives. And they love what they do. I find people like that inspiring.
You're pulling out all the stops now, aren't you?
I am. I feel like I have to.
What do you mean?
Well, let's be real, Oliver. I'm not getting any younger.
Oliver looked like he was going to contest that statement. To say she's wrong, to laugh it off, to proclaim she's got plenty more left in her. A conversation they've had many times over. Instead, he decided to take her mind off of that grim tangent.
Does your new poem have a title yet?
No, I've yet to come up with one.
Well, you better finish it, because I want to be the first to read it.
Meadow's gloom ceded to the warmth of gratitude.
You most certainly will be.
She hoped the conversation would organically return to the subject of Esme, but it never came to be. Next time, she told herself. For now, she simply enjoyed Oliver's company, as she had when they first met, many years ago.
No. I'm so glad Ollie stopped by. Every time we chat, time just flies by. I wonder why he got so weird when I brought up Esme. I always had a sneaky suspicion he had a thing for her. Or maybe something she said or done. Let's start this way, going from, what is this, right to left instead, or left to right? Right to left, yeah, right to left. Nellie Bly. This woman made history by putting her own life at risk. I hope I could meet her, tell her how much she influenced me. Oh, okay, I think she's saying the same things again. So let's go ahead and skip and go ahead. Onward and upward.
This evening, the nurse looked less tense.
Yeah, you could tell in her face.
Miss Meadows decided to seize this opportunity to chisel away at the ice wall once more.
Thank you for coming in so often. I hope it's not out of the way for you.
It is not. I live nearby.
Well, that's good. You're welcome in my tea shop.
I don't like tea.
Why?
You know, I had a customer the other day who said the same thing.
A young woman. No, your old friend didn't. He enjoyed green tea. Oh gosh, now I'm supposed to remember these things. Was it the young woman, the student, who said that she didn't really like tea? And she had that ginger tea. It was very spicy. Her old friend didn't say he didn't like tea. He enjoyed it very much. And the middle-aged scientist, he explicitly told me exactly what he wanted, which is the Earl Grey tea. So I think it was the young woman.
It was this young woman, no more than college age. If souls emitted light, hers would be glowing like a star. She said she was not a tea kind of girl, but I changed her mind. Mind you, I cheated. I gave her ginger, which isn't really tea. But a win is a win, I suppose.
I love that optimism.
Anyway, you can't knock tea until you try it. And don't judge tea by the dust bags they sell in grocery stores. They're the lowest quality you can get.
Yes! But unfortunately, those are the only teas I can get a hold of. They work for their purposes, but I do prefer the full leaf ones, not the crushed leftovers that are just stuffed in the bag. But you know, when times are tough, I call those wartime teas, because I feel like during the wartime, that's the only teas that they could afford to have. And since the war times, they just keep selling teas like that in tea bags instead of just like in their authentic, like full whole cells where you can steep the tea and get all the nice nutrients out of the dried leaves of the flowers and fruits and all that stuff. So it's what we got to work with. Anywho, love Mrs. Meadows right now.
You've got to try the real thing.
Miss, I have had real tea before. It's not for me.
Okay.
Do you want your meds now?
All right.
Maybe coffee? I wonder what would happen if she gives too much to Mrs. Meadows.
Plath gave Miss Meadows a long once-over, head to toes. Before Miss Meadows could ask what it was about, the nurse was already leaving without a word.
What if Mrs. Meadows had a daughter and she put her daughter up for adoption and this lady is her daughter? I should get back to writing. Oh, poor Mrs. Meadows. My new nurse is quite a character. I can sense a mixture of difficult emotions within her. Which one felt more prominent? I feel like she's like angry inside, or I feel like she's angry inside because the first moment she was like really stone cold. Second time we spoke with her, she expressed that she used to be artistic, but then she no longer became artistic because of for some odd reason or whatever that I guess happened in her past. She no longer plays the violin. And then tonight, it's like she had a real strong disdain against wanting to have some tea. So that could have been a memory trigger about tea. So I feel like she has a lot of anger. All right, here we go. Be wary words are implements of war. Yeah, that sounds nice. Be wary words are implements of war, and just as much they've beauty of their own. They soothe and make imagination soar. Oh, they charm and make imagination soar. Lovely. An equal weight, they cut right to the bone. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Be wary words are implements of war, and just as much they've beauty of their own. They charm and make imagination soar. In equal weight, they cut right to the bone. I guess so. Ethos.
Years ago, I remember looking in the mirror and barely recognizing myself. Is this me now? Asked a confused voice in my head, quite loudly. You don't see the creases on your face slowly settling in. They get the jump on you.
Oh, yeah. I started seeing that myself in my own mirror and my reflections. Like, man, I'm starting to look a little older now. It's like you slowly morph and you don't really realize it until later on.
In a way, they're a welcome change once you get used to them.
Yeah, because I got gray hairs now. I'm like, oh no, I have gray hairs.
Some say the crow's feet are signs of having cultivated profound wisdom. But I've met plenty of fools my age. Wrinkles are not a sign of wisdom. They only signify that you had a chance to stop being a fool. Whether or not you did is another matter, revealed only when you open your mouth to speak. Besides, what good is wisdom? You can make anything sound wise if you phrase it right. I'm doing it right now. But no, not me. I'd much rather be kind than wise.
The pang of melancholy brought about by Miss Meadows' reflections this morning lingered in her mind like an unwelcome guest. It didn't help that the few customers that came and went were all in a rush to go about their day, and not one was in a talkative mood. That was until a jolly, mustachioed face burst through the tea shop door.
Mustachioed?
Miss Meadows.
The doctor!
Oh, Doctor! Good to see you again. You seem to be in a good mood.
Am I ever? You'll never guess what happened.
Oh, he got his funds!
Got the grant!
I got the grant.
Oh, how wonderful! Oh, I'm so happy for him. This is wonderful news!
Those stuffy bureaucrats never knew what hit him. I did my research on Mr. Huxley, the head of grants, and apparently he's quite the sweet tooth.
Ah.
So you got him chocolates?
Fudge! A whole box. That was my shoe in the door. I caught him between lectures. He was so deep into that box of fudge, he would have given me the moon if I asked. But seriously, he was resistant to allocating funds to my team. Grants were told to be more stringent than usual with funding this year. So, I did what you said. While he ate, I recounted some of my adventures in the wilderness.
He must have been quite taken by your stories.
He certainly was. And I reminded him that these stories would not have been possible without his department's continued generosity. With a big fudge-smeared smile, he told his secretary to make a note of us. We're receiving our funds soon. You know what, Pavlov? I take back what I said about your theories.
Oh, well, congratulations. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you, miss. It was a hard-fought battle. Ah, what a joy it is! I get to continue my research again.
What about the conference? Wasn't it about...
Oh, yes, the conference. Fascinating stuff, yes.
He was not interested.
Miss Meadows felt something was not quite right. The man seemed perturbed for someone celebrating a great success. Determined that the doctor may be hiding something, Miss Meadows gently prodded the topic.
Are you looking forward to your next expedition?
Of course I am.
Where will it take you?
Well, given the success of my recent publications on primate behavior, I decided to continue further down that line. Next, baboons.
Oh my. Aren't they dangerous?
Normally, yes. The vicious little creatures have canines nearly 2 inches long, and they are not afraid to use them. But not this troop of baboons I found. They are a treasure trove of novel animal behavior, very different.
How so?
To put it simply, baboons exemplify the survival of the fittest slogan. The big, strong male gets all the females. However, a recent unintended consequence of human intervention led to a radical change in their lifestyle. You see, in a nearby town, regular folk received a large stock of meat that was found to be contaminated, unfit for consumption. They delegated its disposal to a truck driver who dumped the whole pile in the savannah. I thought hyenas might come running, so I hid. These baboons found it first, however. Because of the nature of their hierarchy, the biggest ones take all. Only they got to eat from the meat, and they guarded it fiercely, even after they were full.
Sounds like old-fashioned greed to me.
It was, but that was also their downfall. The bullies suffered agonizing symptoms from intestinal infection and died quickly. The remainder of the troop were too suspicious of the meat to approach it.
They could tell.
Oh my, yes. Don't let their antics fool you. Apes are quite smart.
That is true.
Relatively speaking, of course. Most other animals, save for corvids maybe, would have been next in line at the death buffet. But let me get to the exciting part. With the death of the big burly apes, the troop's hierarchy had been dismantled. Not only was there a notable reduction in infighting, but their rudimentary community became much more monogamous. Over the course of the year I'd watched them, they were the most cooperative, least combative apes I'd ever seen. Isn't that something?
That is fascinating. I wonder, could this translate to human behavior?
Are you suggesting this could translate to human behavior?
Of course not. Not in a prescriptive sense, anyway. My work is merely descriptive. I see, I write. Just because one animal species behaved in a certain way, it doesn't necessarily reflect on our way of life. Putting any similarities aside, I study animal behavior for its own sake, not to find some way for us to learn from it.
You have to admit there must be some overlap there. We too have traditions we would be better off without, and the only reason we keep them around is because we were taught to.
That thought crossed my mind. Had it not been for the truck driver, this troop of apes would have been just like any other. The fact they did not return to their old way of life after the death of their leaders suggests they never wanted to live that way to begin with.
Oh, has a little similarities there.
Or at least were discontent living that way to some degree. But it remains the case that they never tried to overthrow them at any point. It took a freak accident and a confluence of bizarre circumstances to land them at this new fork in the road.
Maybe if this sudden change in behavior happened elsewhere, it could be a pattern.
As a matter of fact, it has. In Cayo Santiago, a tropical island inhabited entirely by rhesus monkeys, temperatures are high, and so were tensions. The apes there fought over shade to avoid the heat, and so were viciously protective of their personal space. Sunstrokes were an ever-present threat, and so shade was a rare resource on that island. Then, disaster struck. A hurricane razed half of the island, removing the majority of its trees. You would think the apes there would fight even more fiercely over shade after that. But the opposite happened. They became less prickly about sharing the limited space, and more social as a result. We, humankind that is, were never keen on staying in unfavorable circumstances for too long. We always end up trying to change them, by force if necessary, or leaving them behind for greener pastures. Whereas animals typically wait for a serious shake-up in their routine before exhibiting any change of heart.
Maybe an ape with a revolutionary spirit is yet to be born.
I would very much like to be there to see it myself. Then again, I've seen the big apes, before they died from eating that bad meat, charging headfirst to protect their troop from a starving leopard. The rest of the troop were too terrified to do anything.
I see. So while they no longer live under a hierarchy where the strongest get all, they're now vulnerable to predators.
Indeed. Say, what would you prefer to live under? A harsh ruler that keeps you safe, or a kind society that could be mauled to death at any minute? If you were a baboon, that is.
If I were a baboon... I never had to picture that before. Well, I don't know about baboons, but I've seen my share of tyrannical rulers. And they provide safety, certainly. But is losing your freedom worth it? I don't think so. We don't know if the surviving apes in that troop are unable to fend for themselves, if that leopard ever returned.
Point taken. They just might be able to.
Oh, where are my manners? I'm very sorry, Doctor. I was so taken by this conversation, I almost forgot I ran a tea shop. Would you like some Earl Grey again?
Oh, not this time.
Oh,
I must say, arguing with the people at the conference has still left me quite anxious. I would really like something to calm my nerves, if you've got such a thing. Floral, preferably, but more bitter than sweet.
Coming right up, Doctor.
floral, but a little bitter and sweet. I'm honestly thinking lavender tea, but this one helps out. Chamomile. And chamomile does calm you down. A little floral. Is it bitter and sweet? While most teas, leaf-based chamomile tea is made using the plant's flower heads, which are dried until their white petals fall off. Like many herbal teas, chamomile tea's health benefits such as its anti-anxiety effects. I should probably drink more chamomile tea. Have not been conclusively proven. Moreover, chamomile tea's mildly bitter and floral profile are arguably an acquired taste. However, chamomile tea still has many fans who enjoy its modest apple-like flavor and the tranquility in which it leaves them. Okay, so chamomile is a good one to give him. No, this is going to be give him sleepy. So let's give him some chamomile. And then how long were we supposed to steep it? 1, 2, 3, 4 tea leaves. 4 tea leaves. So what's the head of funds like? Picture an orangutan in a suit? Oh. Would you like me to make you a sandwich? No, thank you. I just ate. Oh, yeah. What was your favorite country to visit? Anything you dislike about traveling? Indonesia. No. Poland. Brazil. I can't pick. Is your family fond of tea too? How do you feel about matcha? I don't have any, but yeah, how do you feel about that? It's a hit or miss for me. Few places know how to make it right. That's true. All right, your tea is ready.
Chamomile and brewed to perfection. I can feel the anxious particles disintegrating with every sip.
Good.
Thank you, miss.
You're most welcome. Every time I feel a touch of restlessness, chamomile soothes me like nothing else.
Oh, chamomile. I call it chamomile. Chamomile. Okay.
You are as shrewd a businesswoman as you are a tea maker.
Her little laugh.
The doctor's eyes wandered to the far wall, adorned with knickknacks from across the world.
Would you mind if I asked you a question?
Not at all.
You seem like a well-travelled woman.
Being a journalist took me places, certainly.
Do you regret it?
Why do you ask?
Well, you see, I love what I do, truly. A dream come true and all that faff. Not many could claim to have been a few inches away from a snow leopard in the wild and survived to tell about it. However, I must admit, I sometimes wonder what my life would have been like if I had instead, settled down.
Oh, honey, you got plenty of time to settle down. Don't you settle down yet. And it's okay to feel those wonders, but just keep doing what you're doing until you really feel in your heart of heart that you are ready to just settle down. You're going to do great. Don't worry.
Wake up, commute to work, earn an honest crust.
No, that is the most boring life ever. So many people want a life like yours. Well, at least for me, I do. I don't want to do the 9 to 5, but I have to underneath survival means. It'll be nice to have a chance to just travel for the love of traveling and get funded to do that traveling. One of these days, I'm going to do it. One of these days, I'm going to be able to do that.
Do my part for society, then be home for supper.
No.
Never worrying about missing a connecting flight, forgetting equipment at the hotel, or getting bitten by a black mamba.
Dang, that's so funny that he's thinking like that, and so many people on the opposite side of him want what he has, and he wants what everybody else wants. Or he wants what everybody already has. Oh. That's the beauty about being a human being. Your mindset changes every so often.
I love what I do. I feel free as a bird. But what if I'm a tree? Trees have no business being airborne.
You crave stability, then?
Well, maybe. I'm not quite sure what I want. On one hand, There is something comforting about familiarity, routine, like an old friend. But on the other hand, I feel I wouldn't be as interesting if I had stayed in one place. Being a citizen of the world, I have seen more of our pretty blue marble than most of my peers ever could if they had a whole year's worth of vacations.
Yeah.
And being interesting is something that matters to you.
Oh, that sting right into my stomach. Mrs. Meadows! Because for some reason, that's what I want to be to other people. And I feel like that's why other people strive to travel. Or like every time you're in a conversation with somebody, at least in my age group, when you're in a conversation with someone, it always never fails that someone wants to tell someone about this exotic place that they have been to, just because they want to sound interesting. Oh man, ooh, Mrs. Meadows, man, you are really getting me thinking. At least sometimes it's quite annoying, but other times I'm just like, wow, that's really interesting. I'm glad you were able to have that travel experience. But do people do that just because they want to sound more interesting? Or do they feel like traveling around the world and staying in these exotic places make them sound smarter? Or well cultured, I guess you can say. Oh, I always wondered that. Is that the reason why people want to travel so much? Or do they want to inertly travel because they want to go to those places? Makes me wonder about the travel vloggers that I see on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Ooh, maybe I'm just overthinking this. Anywho, let's keep going. I keep stopping. I know you guys probably like.
I would hate to be a bore.
See? Yes, I knew it. I knew that's what the reason was.
I would hate to tell the same old stories to the same old people who are there to see it for themselves anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning no offense, of course.
None taken. I hadn't taken you for the sort of person who had put much stock in how he was perceived by others.
Yep, the perception of others. I always sit down and think about that a lot too. How do people perceive me?
Not that that's inherently bad.
I remember one time though, I was at work. I'm sorry. I know I'm breaking in between stories, but it just keeps triggering a memory bank in my head. I remember one time I was at work and one of the ladies in a different department, she also works remotely, and she wanted to sit and have a conversation with me. She said, "Oh, I wanted to have a conversation with you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was ready to go because I had done what I needed to do. And I'm like, wait, because she said she wanted to have a conversation with me. I go to her and say, "Hey, did you need anything from me?" And she was like, "Oh, no, no." And I walk away, and mind you, I hear very clearly. I could just hear. I have honing in ears, and the person that she was speaking to, I clearly heard her say, "Man, that woman is really strange." I was like, how? I didn't even address her. I just walked away. But I'm just thinking, how am I strange? You sat there and said you wanted to talk to me, and I'm being like kind to sit there and wait for you to come to me and have a conversation with me. Anyways, it kind of got to me because I'm like, you're the one that's holding me up. Anyways, I don't know where that was going, but let's continue on the story. I promise you I won't stop anymore.
I travelled a lot because my job in the press necessitated it. But I took that job to begin with for a purely selfish motive. I wanted to see the world, all of it, with my own eyes, or as much as I could at least. The places I'd been, the people I'd met, the memories I still carry with me. It was worth it just for that. Being able to talk about it with equally well-travelled people such as yourself is a nice bonus. So no, Doctor, I do not regret the years I spent travelling. And I hope you don't either.
You have given me much to digest, madam. Say, tell me more about those memorabilia you've got over there.
Which one do you want to know about this time?
this right here, this is the one I want to know about. Those cured calabash gourds are used to drink yerba mate, the most popular drink in Argentina. Oh, I know exactly what drink she is talking about too. And they're well crafted too. I seen someone stop talking. You sidetracking. What about this instead? Maybe actually explain what yerba mate is, or would a personal story be more interesting? Oh, okay. I want to say this little tea kettle. What's this tea kettle? Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. One of my favorite pots. So much that I don't use it. Cast iron is resilient. Don't get me wrong, but this is more of a souvenir from my brief time in China. I stayed in Hangzhou, and let me tell you, you will find no better green tea than there. Ooh, should I tell it anecdote from my time there, or is there something more historical? Let's try something different. Let's try this one. Oh, these are two of my favorite books from my trip to Alexandria, Egypt. The kind people I met there introduced me to Arabic literature. Naguib Mahfouz, Taha Hussein, Khalid Gibran, all prolific and brilliant 20th century authors. Their nuanced commentary on life could move mountains. The way they write is so salient and raw that it translates to English seamlessly. Which one should I talk about? This seems more appropriate for the life crisis that he may be having. Let's go down, because I'm not going to remember whether or not if I did this one or this one. So let's do this one. Great choice.
Najib won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1988, and his work was praised for being vivid and nuanced, and yet still ambiguous and dreamy. He was a philosopher before turning to fiction, and he counted Tolstoy among his greatest influences. In Najib's provocative novel, Respected Sir, he was clearly venting his frustrations about living as a civil servant for a great deal of his life. He wrote a rather powerful monologue that stuck with me to this day. There can be no salvation for man but in madness. Madness alone can accommodate both piety and heresy, both glory and shame, love and deceit, honor and fraud. How can a sound mind comprehend, let alone endure, a bizarre life such as this? How can it behold the sparkling of the stars in heaven when it is hopelessly submerged in mud?
What a moving soliloquy! I felt that in my very core. Well, I must be off. A pleasure as always, miss.
The scientist's departure was bittersweet. It felt like there was something left unsaid. Miss Meadows hoped he would come back again.
Oh, my back. I shouldn't neglect my stretches. Oh, I need to do stretches. Up I go.
Nurse Plath came in on cue. To Miss Meadows' utter lack of surprise, she did not say so much as a hello. Without much pomp or circumstance, she got right to work.
Oh. Okay. There we go.
Miss Meadows thought to herself, the poor woman must have had a bad day. She couldn't let her go without at least some light conversation.
You know that young gentleman I told you about?
Monkeys, yes.
Yes, him. Anyway, he had some trouble with his science grant. People he worked for wouldn't give him the money he needed, so he fought to get it back. And he did. Good man. I'm so happy for him. You ask me, those bosses of his might be keeping some of those science funds for themselves. If I still had it in me, I'd look into them myself. Show them some well-deserved comeuppance. I used to be a journalist, you know.
The nurse said nothing, but an audible low-register scraping could be heard from her direction. She was clenching her jaw, teeth grinding like cogs in an old clock tower.
You all right, love?
Oh, she don't seem right.
Suddenly, the nurse left in a hurry.
Now I'm wondering if Mrs. Meadows did an expose on something and she's her nurse because of that expose and she knows who Mrs. Meadows is.
Goodness. I wonder what got her worked up.
I suppose my brand of rambling isn't for everybody. It's a shame. I was going to tell her about that troop of baboons. Everybody loves a story where the underdog wins. Anyway, where was I with this sonnet? Let's see. I don't know. Miss Meadows needs to choose a different nurse. She's a little bit off the hinges. I understand the poor doctor's dilemma. I was there once. Well, we all ask ourselves at some point, am I happy here? Yep. Or am I disdained to roam? Wanderlust settling down. Ooh. So the time of where my brain is right now, I have the fire for wanderlust. I don't want it settling down. All right. So I walk old blank where once we dreamed with glee. Their lamplights flickered at our youthful pluck. As birds desire blank did we. A world to see until we're out of blank. Okay. I walk old trails. I walk old trails where once we dreamed with glee. Their lamplights flickered at our youthful pluck. As birds desire. As birds drive. I feel traveling is such a what does boulevards mean? See, I need to start writing down words every time I come across them in games because I want to expand my vocabulary. I'm trying so I can sound a lot more dare I say intelligent. I talk in slang and I think it's been taking over my my whole vocabulary, and I want to expand my vocabulary a little bit more so I can have a better speaking range. Why street in town or city, typically one lined with trees. Oh, boulevards. Oh my gosh. I'm so slow. Well, because where I live at, we don't have boulevards. We only have like streets or roads. In a different like country or maybe a different part of my country, they may have boulevards, but I have not come across a boulevard in where I'm at. And maybe I have and I just don't pay attention to boulevards. Okay, I get it. Oh my God, I'm so silly. I kind of like boulevards better. Hold on. I walk old boulevards where once we dreamed with glee. Aw, I have to use trails. Okay. Their lamplights flicker at our youthful pluck as birds desire. traveling did we? I don't like traveling. I guess that's the word. As birds desire traveling, did we? Well, no, I think it works. A world to see until we're out of luck. Luck. I guess so. I feel like boulevards would have been better if I used it first. Okay, I walk old trails where once we dreamed with glee. Their lamplights flickered at our youthful pluck. As birds desire traveling, did we? A world to see until we're out of luck. Me out of money. Fawn.
This morning, a familiar dream shook me wide awake. Funnily, it was about school. I heard the top cause of recurring nightmares is primary education, globally. Used to be that war caused the most bad dreams, but I suppose we live in such peaceful times that school is the next worst thing. Anyway, in this dream, Esme and I got singled out by Mrs. O'Hare. She had us do a quiz with burlap sacks over our heads so that we could barely see the questions. When I took the sack off my head and tried to confront Miss O'Hare, all I saw was that faceless head. The featureless stranger staring back. I'd forgotten all about that face. I knew I'd seen it before. Did I? Oh, nobody liked Mrs. O'Hare. She was vindictive, the kind of teacher even parents feared. Still, when I heard she'd passed away, I went to her funeral. Her family was exceptionally kind. We're still in touch. It got me thinking, how can someone so cruel come from such a nurturing background? Or maybe they weren't so nice until it was too late. It's easier to apologize to an open coffin. I do dislike funerals. Someday, I hope mine won't be so inconvenient to those attending. The last thing I want is to be a burden.
Oh man, this is Meadows.
Miss Meadows' morning was dull and grey, like the taut hairs on her old teacher's head in that wretched dream. But a sight outside her shop put her in a much better mood in an instant.
Morning,
Oh,
Miss Silver.
Ollie.
Ollie! Back so soon! I normally have to wait weeks for a visit.
What can I say? You've got me hooked on good tea. Truth is, now that my kids and grandkids are less dependent, I find myself with a lot more free time than I know what to do with.
You'd been a good presence in their lives. You could do with a bit of a break. Tea?
Yes, please.
The usual?
No, not green tea this time. I'd like something different.
Oh,
What do you have in mind?
I'm thinking fresh, zesty. Between you and me, I've been feeling a little queasy. Must be the curry I had last night.
I think I can get you just the thing you need.
possibly some ginger tea. Something a little zesty. Yeah, immunity. Before modern medicine, ginger tea was used to treat hundreds of illnesses. Inflammatory, anti-inflammatory, immunity boosting. I think one was for nausea. Bergamot, anti-anxiety effects, anti-inflammatory, and No, he said no green tea. Ah, here we go. Peppermint. That's the one I read. Okay, peppermint tea. It has a little zestiness to it, right? Stomach ache and nausea. Yeah, some peppermint tea. Well, how long do we need to steep this tea? Hold on, the conversation 3 times. Okay. I don't want to talk about his family. Not particularly. More doom and gloom. Oh, ain't it the truth? Doom and gloom seems to always filter the news. You're not allergic to anything, are you? It's a lot livelier with you around, Ollie. You're asking me now? Well, I just want to make sure you're okay. Oh, Esme walks in any minute now. Haha! Yes, something's up with that. Something's up with him and Esme. Oh, I hope they served it correctly.
Ooh, minty.
As the joyful flavour of mint filled his mouth, the kind-eyed elderly gentleman wore a wide, bright smile.
A lot of antacids have mint in them. I should have guessed you'd make this.
I knew it would come in handy eventually.
Oh, you did now.
Not the first time you'd come in complaining about curry, is it?
I like curry.
So, anything new?
I can think of something new. Bit of a murky subject. But if anyone could lend an ear about it, he's right here.
Have I told you about my visiting nurse?
Helen? What about her?
No.
No, Helen left last week. This is a new one.
Her name is not Liliana. I think her name is Lillian.
Lillian is her name.
Yeah?
Well, she seems to know what she's doing. But she's quite unsociable. Barely says a word.
Maybe she's just shy.
I thought so too at first. It's been a few days now, though. I think she just doesn't like me.
You know people don't have to like you, Matilda. Remember Beatrice?
Oh, Beatrice. She always avoided me back at the agency. You told me not to take it personally.
Oh, he worked there too?
That's right. You asked her to help you with the Henry Whitmore case. She didn't. Did she?
You're right. Oh, it would have been so nice to work together. How is she anyway?
Last I heard, she had a stroke, staying with her son.
Oh boy.
Gosh, that's terrible. Oh, poor Beatrice.
Yeah, poor Beatrice.
I sympathize as well, but that's besides the point. That nurse is just another Beatrice. You've got to move on.
What if I've done something to upset her?
Like what?
We met before and I didn't recognize her. You did? I inconvenienced her? Where did you meet her before? Did she mention that she met her before? Did you really meet her? I don't remember her saying that.
Well, what if I'd met her before and didn't recognize her?
That may be so, but if you did, she would have at least made an effort to remind you. It's fine, Matilda. It's her problem, not yours.
I like Ollie.
You know, you're right. I'll just forget about her for now.
That's the right attitude. The same advice I gave to my youngest.
Aisha? Aisha? Oh my goodness, these quiz words. I need to pay attention to the story.
Aisha?
That's her.
Oh, okay. I just said the right name.
Lisha. If someone likes you, one human being to another, they will not hide it. People are like the wind. Chase them, and you end up with a fistful of air. Let them come to you, and they will fill your sails.
Oh my goodness, I love that. People are like the wind. Chase them and you end up with a fistful of air. Let them come to you and they will fill your sails. Ooh, that was poetic and that was nice.
Oh, who's the poet now?
Right?
Has Aisha had similar trouble at school?
Yes, trouble making friends.
Hmm.
She's done with school though. Right now she's at work. Can you believe it?
Goodness, how time flies.
Oh yes, 20 years old. Still behaves like 12 as far as I'm concerned.
Do give her my regards. I hope she'll stop by my shop someday.
She would, but she's in London now. We call from time to time.
Oh, London. She's in for a treat. I wish her the best.
Thank you, and thank you for this tea, as always. Oh, and don't pay that nurse any heed. She's just doing her job. Leave it at that.
Hmm.
Oh, you're right as always, dear friend. Oh, right. Ollie, don't forget. Next time you stop by, Esme will be here to join us.
Ollie gave her a laboured smile. Miss Meadows could feel a laden weight behind it. After a pause, he simply smiled and nodded.
Okay, what is up with Ollie and Esme?
See you, Matilda.
She watched the back of her second oldest friend as he left her tea shop. A back that carries so much weight, and yet unbending.
I should get ready. The new nurse will be here any minute now. What Ollie said about her made sense. I should just leave her be. But maybe there's some way I can finally get through to her. Maybe.
As the nurse prepared silently, Miss Meadows contemplated her previous attempts at conversing with her. They mostly revolved around interests, trivialities. The nurse, however, would not budge. She responded with nothing but hums and polite nods.
What if Oliver's right? Maybe I should give up trying to make friends with everybody. Let's see what happens if we don't really say much to her. Seems like every time you talk to her, she kind of brushes you off. But let's just give the nurse a break. Maybe she'll see a difference.
Miss Meadows decided to stop throwing herself at the same brick wall. The nurse got to work in perfect silence, disturbed only by the faint sounds of breathing. The nurse left as quietly as she had come in. Miss Meadows drifted to sleep soon after, with her friend's words still lingering in her mind. Not everyone has to be your friend.
Maybe I should have tried a little harder.
Last night, I thought about all the times I was uncomfortable and how much I disliked each one. We all experience discomfort to some degree, I think. Life by design demands it, and we're not in a position to say no.
Yeah.
Discomfort brought on by obligations, health, or circumstances beyond our control. But that same discomfort propels us forward. In a way, we would be nowhere without it. Animals that are used to the comfort of captivity seldom survive when released back into the wild. And this is because they forget that ever-present anxiety which urges them to stay alert and alive. In an ideal world, we would not need to suffer to succeed. Internal motivation should suffice, and whim alone would be king. But in this not-so-ideal world, endless discomfort is the price we pay for an interesting life. A price I gladly paid.
The woman who walked into Meadows' tea shop this morning was not the one she was anticipating. A welcome sight, nonetheless.
Ah,
Hello.
hello.
Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Oh, I forgot this girl's name. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Cassie.
Cassie,
Thanks, miss. You too.
how have you been?
I'm fine. Can I have some tea, please?
Well, that's the kind of change of heart I like to see. What would you like? More of what you had last time?
No. I was wondering if you had something that might help me.
Oh,
Oh no. Did you catch the cold your brother has?
He got better. It's something else.
oh no.
I can't sleep. I haven't in 2 days. It's killing me.
2 days without sleeping?
Goodness. Sorry to hear it, dear.
I shouldn't be the one to speak because I have a hard time sleeping at night.
Whatever you make, please just don't make it too strong or too light. Medium, I guess. As long as it makes me feel sleepier.
Tea is by no means a cure-all, but I think I've got just the thing.
Medium, huh? Well, I do know that lavender will help her out very much for her sleeping issue. Now, she says she didn't want it too strong or too preferred strength. But she wanted it medium. Humankind has had a millennia older. Okay, so she wanted it medium strength. She didn't want it too strong. So I'm going against the grain of what the steepness should be. Yep, I have trouble sleeping sometimes too, you know? Really, I hope this tea works. You should bring your family here. Do you know any other sports? Football just for fun. I play with friends every Sunday. I notice people your age use their phones a lot. Any sugar? Yes, please. Alright, so she said she didn't want it too strong. Normally we steep it all the way, right? If we go too far out, we can steep it. I don't know, should I just go ahead and do 3? Because she wanted medium.
Your tea's ready.
I hope that's a good amount. I know it's supposed to be full, but she said medium.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I didn't know people had lavender for tea. And it's so good.
Oh, okay.
I always thought lavender would taste like... I don't know, shampoo or something.
Can't bathe in this, I'm afraid. Although, now that I think about it,
Oh, stop.
is something troubling you?
Remember what I told you about my training?
Yes, you are being funded by...
Liba? Or Liba? I'm sure the League or something, potential athletes or something like that. Liba?
Yeah, them. I do track and field so I can join the athletics team for the next Olympics.
Okay.
What's more, Holly Hodgkins is our coach, a former champion. Can you imagine? I used to
Imagine
really
indeed.
look up to her. She's also a LIPA grad. Anyway, a new girl joined us, Gemma. She's this quiet girl, barely says a word, always wears a beanie. But the crazy thing is, she's a bullet on legs. I can barely keep up.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm telling you this. Sorry, you don't need to hear about my silly problems.
I don't think they're silly at all. Competition is healthy. A good kind of stress.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it can be demotivating sometimes.
Yes, it can be.
That's what I told Coach. I asked her how I could get better numbers. She said, do more jumping jacks.
It doesn't help.
And I have been, way more. I'm not getting any better.
Doesn't it take time to improve?
I know, but usually working out wears me out. So I never had any problems sleeping. Then Gemma joined and I saw how fast she could run and I felt like all my work was for nothing.
And now you've got a rival to worry about. You can't sleep.
Yes.
Well, I had a bit of rivalry myself back in my journalist days. He was already well established by the time I joined the newspaper. His articles had free reign of the front page. Mind you, he wasn't obnoxious about it, but try as I might, I couldn't cut it in my early career. I needed a win, so I started working on a big story, bigger than anything I'd ever written. I had a strong feeling it would make my career, and more importantly, make a difference.
And? Did it?
Patience now. I'm getting to that part. During my field investigation on the big story, who do I spot but him, my rival? He was as hot on the trail as I was. I knew then I couldn't slip up, but I hustled day and night. I found everything I needed to publish the story and got my front page article. When he read it, he came to my desk laughing. He said he'd been working on the same story, but his version had major errors, disproven by the evidence I'd found. Then he thanked me. By beating him to the finish line, I inadvertently also saved his credibility.
That's nice. Do you know where he is now?
We're still friends, actually. He comes here sometimes.
Oh, Ollie?
Now, I'm sure it's not the same as what you're going through, but I thought listening to an expert at rivalry might give you hope.
Thanks. What you did for a living sounds exciting.
It had its moments.
And you got a friend out of it.
A good one, too. Having a friend like him was more important to me than the boost to my career. So about your new rival.
with her. And you can become friends.
Why don't you just introduce yourself? In the pursuit of our goals, it's easy to forget the human element. That girl who joined the team and that Olympian coaching you, intimidating as they might be, are just people. A friend of mine used to say, "You're one hello from making a friend."
You're right. I might be overthinking it. Coach always says that competitive sports are just as much a mental thing as they are physical. Maybe this is all part of what she meant. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I envy you, you know.
How so?
I see you running outside, and it makes me miss being able to. It's so freeing.
It really is. Running is, I don't know, cathartic to me. I'm sure you did plenty of it.
I did run a lot in my youth, mainly to catch buses or trains. And to get away from trouble. Bad people don't like having the spotlight on them.
Whoa. Someone came at you for something you wrote?
Well, not them personally. That would have been funny. One time, there was this hired lackey. Black leather jacket and shaved head. He was paid to threaten me.
Was that here?
London. He stalked me for a while, then shoved a letter in my hand. I just smiled and tore it while he watched. I won't deny I was terrified. The threat was real. But his employer was behind bars before he could act on it.
Wow. Not exactly painting a pretty picture of London.
Mm-mm.
Don't get me wrong, London is lovely. Besides, he found me a year later and apologised. We even had tea together.
With the henchman?
Yes. Gregory's actually quite nice once you get to know him. Anyway, my time in London was special, but I preferred working overseas.
Oh yeah, you sure did.
The young woman looked back at the shelf in the corner, recalling their past conversation about its colourful contents.
You know, part of me wishes so badly for me to get selected for the Olympics coaching program just so I can see other countries. I can't afford to travel. Barely anyone can now. I just hope I make it.
Oh, I'm sure you will make us all proud one day.
Oh yeah, no pressure. But seriously, thank you. I feel better already. Actually, I hope it's okay if I ask for another story from your collection there.
I'd love to share one. Which one do you want to know about?
All right. So we did one of the books, but I want to do that with the scientists. So I don't think I ever talked about this one with someone. So let's do this one. Yeah, let's talk about this. Can you actually explain what yerba mate is, or would a personal story be more interesting? My stay in, yeah. Oh, how I miss Bahara Veha.
Oh, I was given these as a gift from a kind family I stayed with in Posadas. I was there looking into an important lead on a news story I was writing. One time, their little daughter asked me what I was doing. I told her I was writing the news. With wide eyes, she pointed at a newspaper on the table and asked if I meant that. I said yes. Oh, she was so excited to know more. I was asked so many questions, I couldn't get anything done that day. But I loved her enthusiasm. and enjoyed sating her curiosity. She brought over some sherba and we drank it together from the same mate, the gourd cup. It was a strange experience at first, sharing a straw with someone, but it meant a lot to her. I got used to it, eventually. For the rest of our stay, she would sit with me while I wrote and played with my typewriter whenever I wasn't looking. Before I left, she offered me her mate to take home with me, and I thought it was the sweetest gesture. I'd already bought a mate before, but I simply couldn't turn her down, so I ended up with 2. Even though these 2 objects are identical, one of them is that much more significant, simply because of the memories that come with it.
That's so sweet. I hope she fondly remembers this still.
The two spent another hour in jovial conversation. Miss Meadows barely felt the time go by. She just wished a certain someone was here to be part of it.
Hope that poor girl finds what she's looking for. While this poor girl climbs these stairs, don't fail me now, knees. Here we go. Okay, last time I followed Ollie's advice and let the nurse be. But she said nothing since. She even looks more Morris than usual. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I'll think of something to ask when she's done. There we go.
As the nurse packed up, Miss Meadows decided to breach her defences with a bold question.
Are you happy?
What?
I mean, are you content with where you are in life?
No.
Oh. Well, I hope you get to be.
Are you?
Me? Happy?
Even though it was Miss Meadows' own question said back to her, it took her with just as much surprise. She asked it again, this time to herself. Is Miss Meadows happy?
I feel like she is. She seems, or, you know...
I am not happy either. I feel like I could have done so much more. My older relatives warned me when I was young that life passes by in a flash. Life is a full-speed train that stops for no one, they used to say. Well, my younger self hadn't dismissed anything so quickly. She thought they were exaggerating, lending a voice to their regrets. But they were spot on. It all went by before I could blink. Everything I'd done, everything I remember, it feels like it only happened yesterday. I know I've got many years left in me, but even then, I don't think I'm ready. Not until I see her again.
Miss Meadows was absorbed in her own thoughts, but she noticed the nurse's stone face twitch for just an instant. But Miss Meadows recognized it for what it was, a fleeting look of sympathy. A stifling silence settled in, not so different from one that tends to follow the loud clang of a fallen object. It was so stifling, in fact, that the nurse could not stand being in the same room anymore, and left in a hurry.
I don't know if I regret asking her that or not. Writing will clear my mind. I will push all those thoughts to the side. The athletic woman, the scientist, or her, the one I'm writing this poem for. Only one gets to decide the mood of my fifth stanza. The end of a beginning, a fork in the road. What ifs? What should I go with, or rather who? Conclusion? Does she regret anything? It doesn't feel like she regrets much, but from her feeling like she's not really happy, it sounds like she may regret something because she doesn't want to look in the mirror. Lucidity. Regret or conclusion. Let's go for lucidity. The blank leans as if to speak to you. Its silver leaves confessing where you went. I chase your name in every drop of dew that stains the path with all you might have. The figure leans as if to speak to you. No? The face, maybe? No, not face. Okay. Those two words may not. Okay. The blank leans as if to speak to you. The maple leans as if to speak to you. Its silver leaves confessing where you went. The willow. I like willow trees. Please let this be it. Okay. The willow leans as if to speak to you. Its silver leaves confessing where you went. I chase your name in every drop of dew that stains the path with all you might have. Mint. This went mint. You do? Okay. Okay. I wonder if each of these stanzas are going to have like the full poem.
My, I fell asleep on my desk.
I
have to pick up the pace. I need to finish this poem.
She okay?
So I can show it to her. So we can laugh again, just like we used to.
Seems like she's kind of out of breath.
Remember, Esme?
What if Esme is no longer with them? And that's probably why Ollie doesn't want to address the conversation about her.
Miss Meadows stared out of the window of her tea shop intently, hopefully. Any day now. Any day, and Esme would walk right in.
Miss?
She barely noticed the ethologist's soft and quiet entrance. His greeting shook her out of her trance.
Oh, hello again.
Sorry, I seem to have startled you. Everything all right?
The truth is, Doctor, I'm eager for a certain someone to walk through that door. Not that you're not welcome, of course. I've just been waiting is all.
Must be someone quite important to occupy your mind so much.
She is. Her name is Esme. She's my oldest friend, and she's coming to town. Work took her abroad for a long time, and we haven't had a proper sit-down in ages. I can't wait to meet her again.
That is wholesome. I'm sure she is just as excited to burst right through that door and greet you.
Miss Meadows' smile widened with plain joy at the mere thought. She saw a somber look in the doctor's eyes. That look was utterly unfamiliar to her. She had never seen it in him, or anyone else.
Anyway, what can I get you today, Doctor?
You know you don't have to call me that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good grief. What is this man's name? I think he said his name was Ahmed, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, good grief, good grief. Good grief. So I don't really remember his name. So, I don't want to assume his name is Ahmed because he's brown. For my brownie. Watch his name be Ahmed, and I'm like, oh, I should just pick it. He seems like an Aiden, though. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick one.
The scientist smiled.
I'm in the mood for something light.
Did I say his name right?
Green tea, then.
No, something a bit maltier, but not quite black tea. A tea that's between green and black tea, flavor-wise. I don't know if you have anything like that.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, and make it strong, please. The strongest you can make it.
Okay. I think that might be not Earl Grey, maybe oolong. I think that's what it is. Combines the best flavor profiles of both green and black tea. Yeah, I knew it. Oolong, and he wants it super strong. Okay. How was your day? It was alright. I think I saw a fox on my way here. Oh. I was traveling freely. What's stopping you? It can't be your health, can it? You know, I never felt lonely in my travels. Me neither. How can I with the world itself by my side? I was always fascinated by cultural differences. People around the world differ vastly, yet much more in common. Do you take pictures on your expeditions? A ton. I will show you some later. All right. Sorry about the tea.
I can't believe I didn't think of oolong.
The scientist was flush with contentment. He stared down at his cup with glee, as if grateful for a gift.
Oh.
And not just any oolong. Jade song?
Dark pearl. It's my favorite.
I'd tip my hat to you if I had one. You truly are a master of your craft. I thought about our last conversation, you know. If what I'm doing with my life is what I really want.
And?
I've made a big decision, but before I tell you about it, let me share with you something that happened to me in my first field study 12 years ago.
Oh.
The place was cold and unforgiving. The people, equally so. I felt out of place, and every question I asked had a coin flip's chance of being met with ridicule or hostility. I never felt so out of place in my whole life.
Yeah, how did you respond?
Did you do anything about it?
I didn't. I was unfamiliar with the concept of being mistreated for being an outsider.
Oh, I bet he traveled to America.
Everywhere else, I was met with the baseline respect we owe our fellow people, if not outright friendliness. Not there. The local scout and my personal guide were used to outsiders, so they treated me fine. But everyone else, not so much. But how I responded at the time does not matter. Life is not a theatre, and there is no audience waiting for me to give a quippy comeback. What mattered is that I found that scientific journey, on the whole, so cathartic and rewarding. By the time I flew back home, I had completely forgotten about the bad. I only took the good home. Or so I thought. That sort of thing stays with you, but you learn to look on the bright side. I was accosted by a snow leopard and the locals were unfriendly, but it didn't make a difference back then. I felt like a winner. And reflecting on that, if I'm willing to go through that again just to do what I love, then nothing can stop me. Not a shred of doubt remained in my heart. Until I saw these first white hairs on my head.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Am I doing the right thing? Was it all worth it? They made me think.
Well, I mean, sir, it's a lot easier for men to have families. Get a younger woman. I mean, it's so common for that in this day and age that nobody really blinks an eye on that. You'll still be around. You'll just be old.
This is why I am glad I met you, Miss, at this exact crossroads in life. I think I love what I do too much to look back now. But it is so tempting to grow roots, make lifelong friends I can meet every week.
Oh, her little smile.
Miss Meadows knew exactly what he was about to say. She felt it too in her youth. The call.
The world is just too inviting, and life is far too short. I can't help but feel like I'm giving up something to sustain this lifestyle, this career.
It's worth it, isn't it?
Oh yes, best deal I've ever made.
I suppose we're both nomads at heart.
I don't think I would have hesitated if I were like you. However, you helped me decide.
I did?
Well, after hearing your stories, I decided to look you up. You have had a remarkable career, Miss. Enviable, even. Looking at you now, I don't think you quite understand the impact you've made. Those stolen funds you revealed were in the clutches of a hoarding political dragon. They did not go to waste. They made so many initiatives possible: agricultural, urban, athletic, scientific.
There was a quiver on the ethologist's lips.
Whether this was fated or entirely coincidental is not my place to say, but I am so glad I get to thank you for it. Thank you, Miss.
You had to fight your own battle to get your piece of it.
There wouldn't be any peace to begin with were it not for you. I get to pursue my dream because you pursued yours. I don't imagine that would have been possible had you settled down here instead.
Miss Meadows shook her head.
How can I not be inspired by that? I think back on my recent reflections and realize I owe so much to you, even though we just met.
It's flattering you think so. But I'm of the opinion that only you can truly know your purpose in life. Just like only I could know mine. So rest assured, you owe me nothing. The future is yours. No matter what you decide to do it right.
Sorry, I rambled for a while there. I'm always taken aback by how easy you are to talk to.
Nothing to be sorry for.
You know, there is one thing I will regret once I'm back on the road. Not being able to see you again as frequently as I would like. It's going to be hard to move on, knowing I can't be a regular here.
Let's see. You don't know that for certain. I'll miss you too. Yeah, I'll miss him too.
I will miss you too, and our fruitful conversations. And don't sell yourself short, young man. You're quite remarkable yourself.
Ha! Being called a young man again certainly does wonders for my ego.
No.
But truly, thank you. I am happy to have received my funding, but I am just as happy to have stumbled upon this slice of heaven you've built. I will endeavour to come back, somehow. I promise.
Miss Meadows' heart grew, knowing she had made a new friend.
Well, I hope she's okay. Is she wanting to reminisce? Oh. Are you not talking to me? Mrs. Meadows? Mrs. Meadows, you gotta speak to me. Oh my goodness. Is she okay? This must be Esme. Mrs. Meadows, speak to me. Oh my. Oh no. That's a little concerning. She doesn't even see people's faces anymore except for just Esme. Is she losing her memory? Oh, this must not even be her. This must be Esme. Okay.
The nurse's arrival this night was quiet as a fox. You couldn't even hear her breathing. She was always distant, but Miss Meadows noticed she was avoiding her eyes more than usual.
Listen,
Oh wow, she's not even remember names.
Lillian?
Yes.
About last time. I just feel like I owe you an apology. It was too personal of a question to ask someone.
I know what you are trying to do, miss.
Oh, what?
But I am only here to give you this. Nothing more.
Hmm.
It has been a little over a week since this new nurse took over from the previous one. Since then, she made Miss Meadows feel all sorts of confusing emotions, but all of them explicable in some way. Tonight, however, an irrational emotion took over Miss Meadows like a swelling wave, one that made no sense to her at all. Fear.
Hmm.
Are we ready?
All right. I'm ready.
So what exactly is this medication she giving her?
The nurse took longer than usual to pack up this time. She was stalling.
I am being replaced.
Huh?
I will not be your nurse anymore.
Oh.
You will not see me again. Goodbye.
Hmm.
To Miss Meadows' surprise, Lillian ran out the door. She left in a hurry. The dim light illuminated her glistening cheeks, wet with tears long held back.
Poor woman. Something tells me there is more to her than she lets on. A deep and confusing loss. I don't think I could have done things any differently. I hope she finds what she's looking for. I am almost done with my poem. I should get on it while I still can. I did a lot of writing this week. Near the end of the sonnet, I feel like it's shaped up quite nicely. Everyone that I drew inspiration from has a bit of them in these lines. I know how this poem should end. She's forgetting words. What joy had brought me when they came to toast, to laugh at and cry with, to cheer on and boast. But now the fire is dying and the people are goodbying, and all of my chestnuts will never get to roast.
Miss Meadows came down the stairs with some difficulty. She was used to her joints being stiff, but they were especially rigid today. Not long after she had enjoyed a cup of her own, did a familiar face appear, or more accurately, barge in.
Oh.
The young woman's boisterous laughter shook the windows.
Someone's in a cheery mood today?
You won't believe what happened. Remember my coach and the new girl?
Hodgkins and Gemma?
Was your coach Hodgkins? And Gemma your new rival?
That's right. You're quite, what's the word? Eidetic, that's it.
Miss Meadows knew what that meant. For you.
Anyway, that's not important. It turned out to be a setup, the whole thing.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I can't believe I didn't notice. Coach, you're a menace. Coach brought in someone, alright, who was only pretending to be a quiet, shy girl named Gemma. Her real name is Wilma Pavey. The Wilma Pavey. You know, both feet on the ground gets you nowhere. She said that quote in her book. Tenacity, blurring the comfort zone.
I'm sorry, it doesn't ring a bell.
She's a legend. Wilma is a multi-medal triathlete.
A triathlete? What 3 sports do they do again? Isn't that what? Yeah. Oh no, triathlete. Yeah, it's but it can differ, can it? I know the triathletes, they do a cycle, they swim, and I think they do a run. From what I remember, like a triathlon, yeah, they do swimming, cycling, and running.
A triathlon involves swimming, cycling, and running, right?
Spot on. It's the ultimate test of endurance. Anyway, Wilma was in on it the whole time. Coach brought her to show us that we're not as bad as we thought we were. And here's the craziest thing. Before I knew who she was, I took your advice. We're all just people, like you said.
That we are.
So I walked up to her after training and said, "Hey, great work today." And she's like, "Oh, thank you, you're pretty good yourself."
She went on describing the most mundane conversation. Not between an aspiring athlete and an accomplished one, but between 2 young women. Weather, favourite protein snack, things of no consequence. Despite the banal nature of that back and forth, She recited it with fervour and passion.
And then I told her that I'm not here to mess around. I'm here for the real thing. I want a real medal framed on my wall. You won't guess what happened. Wilma herself vouched for me to coach. I'm in the Olympics coaching program.
Oh, right. It's wonderful.
Oh, congratulations.
I know.
Thank you. I can hardly believe it still. By the end of the program, I will hopefully represent Britain in both sprints and 4x100 meter relays.
Well, happy days, love. Oh, that's incredible news.
Indeed.
Thank you. I'm still in shock myself. Finding out about this and Wilma. The last couple of days were a roller coaster. I had what it takes, and Coach said Wilma told her. She then said, but having the humility and respect to speak to someone who is there to defeat you, that's a conduct becoming of a real athlete. Sportsmanship. Being strong, fast, durable, getting back up when you trip and fall, all that's only half the battle. The other half is never forgetting the person underneath it all. I would have missed that if it weren't for you. Thank you, miss.
Miss Meadows returned the young woman's gratitude with a smile and a deep nod.
You made it this far. You put in the effort. You earned this, love. Plus, working with people you admire and them turning out to be good people too, that's just heartwarming.
Oh, you should have seen the look on my face when Wilma told me who she was.
While laughing at herself, Cassie slapped her own knee and immediately winced in pain.
Ow! Bloody hell!
Are you all right?
Yeah, I scraped my knee this morning and completely forgot about it until just now. Don't worry, I already cleaned and bandaged it. I'm gonna be fine. Still smarts though. Youch!
Or do you want something for the pain?
I took some painkillers. Wait, you don't mean tea, do you?
This one is herbal, floral even, and is really good for easing physical pain.
Alright, if you think so. Whatever it is, just make it a little less strong. Medium.
Medium. Okay. So this must be the rose tea. Yeah, rose tea. Medium. That gold medal will look nice on your wall, hmm? Oh, stop. Do you know where the Olympics will be held next? Italy, I think. I always wanted to go. Is anyone else in your family athletic too? I have a distant cousin who serves. She lives in Porto? All right.
Your tea is ready.
Is this rose? I can only ever imagine rose as something decorative. You can drink them?
Sure you can. For hundreds of years, people found its floral taste delightful, like a perfume for the soul. Easing pain is a nice little extra.
But rose as a hot drink? I never could have imagined. How did they figure this out?
Well, it's not just tea, you know. Rosewater is a common baking ingredient as well. Many desserts around the world have a nice rosy taste for this very reason.
I should tell my mum about this. Did I ever tell you why I run this? Why I do this for a career?
I don't think you did.
I don't think you did. Why do you run?
When I was still in primary school, I used to love watching my cartoons on the telly. But this one cartoon I really liked, about baby dinosaurs.
Oh, Land Before Time?
It was on national TV just as school finished, and school was a 15-minute walk from home. If I walked home, I missed most of it. So I sprinted, full speed, lungs heaving, little feet stomping on the ground. I went from missing half of the show to catching it right when the intro song ended.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever liked a show that much.
No kidding. I was really rooting for those reptiles. My PE teacher saw me blitzing home one evening and told me I had potential. She thought it was really funny, seeing this girl leave a trail of dust in her wake right out the gate like that. So, one thing led to another. I was introduced to Lipa, and here I am. I get to do what I love, for a living, and get to train with my heroes, and compete against the finest. See the world. Thank my lucky stars. I don't know where I'd be if I wasn't getting paid to compete. I won't squander this chance. Ever.
I'm sure you won't, love.
Tears welled up in Miss Meadows' eyes.
Bring that medal home.
No pressure.
By the way, how is your brother doing now?
Carlos, right?
Carlos, was it?
He's fine now. Got over that cold surprisingly fast. More importantly, I didn't catch it.
You're all right now? You made it.
You're right. Thank you, miss. Seriously.
The light conversation that followed was aglow with joviality and triumph. Miss Meadows was proud of the young woman who graced her shop and smiled as she waved her goodbye. But once she left, the shop settled back into silence. The uncomfortable stillness could make one's ears ring.
I should go freshen up. That's me.
Hmm?
Something caught Miss Meadows' eye in her antique mirror. In her entire life, nothing startled her worse than what she saw. Miss Meadows looked into the mirror and saw a stranger looking back. Outside it began to pour, and fog melted through the streets. Meadows looked longingly through the window of her shop. Her train of thought was cut short by a jingle of the door chime. And in walked a child, no older than 12.
Her clothes look old-fashioned.
Excuse me, miss. I lost my mommy. Have you seen her?
Meadows could not believe her eyes. The young girl was the spitting image of her friend Esme when she was a child. They could have been twins, she thought.
What's your name, young miss?
Grace. My name is Grace.
Well, Grace, I'm sure your mother's looking for you right now. How about you wait for her here? Better than waiting out there in the rain,
Okay.
Grace took a seat. Something she could not describe about this place reassured her. She felt safe here.
Would you like some tea?
I don't have any money.
Don't worry about it. It's a treat from me. What would you like?
I don't know. What is good?
I know what you would like. Give me just a moment.
I don't know what she would like, actually. Um. Has a bergamot taste. Has caffeine and black tea, so I don't think that would be good. This probably might work for her, chamomile. I remember a lot of old movies. Children used to always drink the chamomile. So maybe this might work. While most teas are leaf-based, chamomile tea is made using the plant's flower heads, which is described like many herbal teas. Chamomile tea's health benefits such as have not been conclusive. Tea is mildly bitter. Its mildly bitter and floral profile are arguably an acquired taste. However, chamomile tea still has many fans who enjoy its modest apple-like flavor and the tranquility in which it leaves them. So this will help with her anxiety because she is a little afraid and unease. The ginger one might be too zesty and spicy for her. Green tea is always a nice little subtle taste. Which is also good too. Nutrient plants believed to have positive health effects, but these are proven to be, despite this, green tea showed notable efficacy of lowering the LDL type of cholesterol, an unhealthy form of fat in the blood. Those who enjoy green tea mainly love it for its refreshing taste and uplifting grassy notes. So yeah, I can either give her some green tea or I can give her some chamomile. And I think she might, yeah, she might actually like some, I think she might like some chamomile. And with this, I won't make it too much for her. I'll make it a light taste for her. To soothe her nerves. What does your mom look like? She's tall and wears a flowery dress. Do you have mom's phone number? It was 049. I can't remember. Have you been to the tea shop before? Let's serve it to her. This might be good enough for her.
Here you go.
It is bitter, but I feel nice and warm.
Good. Chamomile helps you relax.
Can you add honey to it?
Of course.
Of course, love. Let me bring you some.
Shortly after their brief exchange, Grace's mother found her daughter at the tea shop. The woman apologized for the inconvenience, and the two left unceremoniously.
Bye.
Aw.
You all right?
Hi, Ollie.
What's new with you?
I finished the poem last night. Oh, I was hoping Esme would come today.
Listen, Matilda.
I know, Ollie.
Do you?
Yes. Esme is dead. Esme!
In grave lucidity, everything came flooding back. The hospital visits, the bouquets, the funeral, and a promise to write one more poem. She tried to trace back the memories to the moment she forgot it all, but found that the trail led nowhere. It was distressing, like coming back from an errand and finding your home unfurnished. Oliver comforted Miss Meadows as she sobbed on his shoulder until the tears dried up.
I remember getting the news on the phone years ago.
Oh, Matilda.
Oh, it was silly of me to think she'd come back. Some days I actually believed it.
I have to say, hearing you talk about her like she was still alive, it concerned me. Are you sure you're all right?
In all honesty, Ollie, I don't think I am. Just the other day, I looked in the mirror. Oh, it filled me with a sense of dread I didn't know existed. Like an uncanny stranger was staring back. I hated it. I expected growing old would slow me down, make me sleepier, but not this. Not fearing my own reflection, not thinking my dead friend was still here. I'm snapping at the seams, Ollie.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It feels good to finally admit it. God, I must be so useless right now.
Oh.
Hey now, you're many things, Matilda, but you are not useless. I can't tell you how many young interns who worked at the news agency signed up because they read something you wrote. And those embezzled public funds. Who blew the lid off them back in the day? So much good has come from your work. I was there with you, through it all. No amount of death threats, veiled or bold, could stop you. Even today, generations later, people get to enjoy the fruit of your labor.
I know someone who said the same thing just recently. No, it wasn't Cassie. No, it was not her.
Meadows recalled the young athlete's words from the day before.
Thank my lucky stars. I don't know where I'd be if I wasn't getting paid to compete.
You are just as much a hero as the great war reporters you admired as a girl. And I know what you're thinking. That was before. This is now. But why else would people keep frequenting your shop? It's not just the tea. I'll tell you that. You are a godsend to every soul you touch.
Oh.
You always know exactly what to say. You tell people not what they want to hear, but what they always knew to be true, deep down.
I'm going to miss him too. Oh, his name was Adam.
The jolly scientist's words rang in Miss Meadows' mind, clear as a sunny sky.
It's going to be hard to move on, knowing I can't be a regular here.
If you will hold onto one memory, let it be this. Your legacy will survive.
Oh, what good is a legacy, Ollie?
I'm still here, aren't I? I'm still waiting to read that poem you just finished. And God help me, it won't be your last one.
Thank you. You're a wonderful friend. You know, when I remembered what happened to Esme, all the pain came back. I cried as if I'd just found out about it for the first time. It's like I lost her all over again. In some strange way, that felt like a blessing. I got to grieve for her a second time. A woman like her deserves to be grieved twice.
You know what? Let's do it again. Tell me, Matilda, how did you start writing?
Oh, Ollie. You don't have to indulge me.
No, I would love to. Go on.
Well, you see, I was waiting for her in the park after school. It was a Friday.
Oh. Leave a thought in every heart you happen by. As tea so fondly stains the cup it's in, be warmth that lingers on the fingers held high, the smallest kindness lest their tale begin. I wander past where silence held its breath, my thoughts of you like lanterns in the dark. When asked to speak of you, I did at length, until my throat dried up and turned to bark. Be wary, words are implements of war, and just as much they beauty of their own, they charm and make imagination soar, an equal weight they cut right to the bone. I walk old trails where once we dreamed with glee, the lamplights flickered at our youthful pluck. As birds desire traveling, did we a world to see until we're out of luck. The willow leans as if to speak to you, its silver leaves confessing where you went. I chase your name in every drop of dew, that stains the path with all you might have meant. Though time forgets, this house, our tree, our gleam, I never could, would hope you'll come again. Oh, I wrote this. Oh, this is really nice. Oh. Oh, this was a nice story. Sips and Sonnets, a game by Blue Tango Street. This was a really, really good game. It does have a replayability, so I'm probably going to replay this game on my own just to see the other endings. So we just got ending 1. I might not record the other playthroughs. If you want to check this game out, definitely check it out on Steam. Currently right now, as I'm recording this, it's January 1st, and I know Steam has a really good sale on games. So if you want, check it out now before January 5th. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, night, or whenever you see this video. Comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. All right, bye.